Good morning, guys. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Check that out. Check that out. Fucking dolphins. Dolphins are so cool. Dolphins are the coolest mammals. They're mammals, right? Yeah. Dolphins, the fucking coolest animals on this planet. Not how I was picturing starting the show, by the way. We ditch the intro. We ditch it all. We get straight to dolphins fucking dead fish. It's just what we're doing. It's what we're devolving into here. Oh, my God. What's up, China? What's up, Edge? Good morning, guys. Dude, I'm probably... Fuck. I hate saying I'm going to do shit and then I don't do it. But I'm probably going to fire up the spaces here. As dead as it is out there. Look at that thing. What's up, Jeremy? Jay-Wise, good morning. Dolphins are freaky, man. It's the Daily Dolphin Show, man. What can I say? Okay. We got some shit to talk about. Like usual. Wow. Abstract memes are looking all right. Part of me wants to go explore some abstract stuff. I did a little yesterday afternoon. But yeah, there's plenty going on for us to get into here. Again, I'm probably gonna do a Spaces. Is anybody up for a Spaces, by the way? You don't have to, obviously. I don't care. But I'm just kind of itching for that conversation. What's up, mice? Yeah, dude, they're fucking crazy. That's a first. I've not seen that before. Literally ripped a fish open and then fucks the carcass. It's wild. Okay. Quick look at Bitcoin and ETH and all that good stuff. Dude, really interesting shit, man. We saw big old punk sales yesterday, some legit sales, and then we saw some big old bids, and you can, yeah, like you probably imagine, there's some fuckery there. There's some a little fuckery there. Here we go. Bitcoin 85K, not bad. Actually, guys, we got this big ass week coming up. We really do. This the crypto summit on Friday coming up. 5 days off. Actually, might be a big deal. I wonder if people are starting to make some bets here on strategic reserve being announced. Although I don't think, I do think there's some hurdles they have to clear in Congress, right? I do think so. What's up, Homer? Dolphins might be aliens. Dolphins might be, and like octopi, and all that. Like the sea life's wild. What's up, D-Gen? Homer, I just saw your message, by the way. That supply you saw, I gotta imagine is like the remaining bull tokens, right? Like half a billion, like out there. So it makes sense. But remember too, bull is not worthless. I mean, meaningless. I don't think it is. I think there's gonna be some cool shit coming for bull. But swarm is the big deal, and I think that's coming very fucking. I mean, there's so few people here. I could probably just say it. It's like probably very early this week. That shit kicks off, with the possibility that things have to get, punted for a day. Well, maybe, who knows? But early this week, I have not shilled the swarm in a couple days. I'm going to do that. What's up, DeYank? What's up, Confusion? I'm probably going to kick off a Spaces. I'm probably going to launch one here in the next few. Confusion, you down for Spaces? Usually are. ETH 2200. We're up in the past 24 hours. Like it. Love it. Solana 142. Anything else standing out here? I got to keep an eye on Avalanche. I know Lemon probably hates that, but Avalanche has felt a little something, Oh, dude, Homer, that'd be cool as shit. You and I have yet to exchange words. Oh, that would be awesome to get on there and chat. Let me see if a few other people want to do it. I'm probably going to kick it off anyways, but if a few want to do it, I'll just do it now. CryptoPunks. Yeah, we'll look at sales and shit too. Dude, I really love the weekend streams devolving into just way more casual. What's up, Rocky? Good morning, man. Great to see you. Hey, is that a... Hang on. I'm trying to see your PFP. Is that an OMB Black Guys? Rocky's fucking cool, man. I like this motherfucker. Dude, there's like interesting NFT stuff happening out there, not on ETH and not, it's on a Hyperliquid and Sonic now, and it's getting interesting. Hang on, I'm pulling up Rocky on X because he's just a bro. This guy here. Daily Alpha is a great show too, by the way, guys. If you've not seen it, heard it, whatever, check it out. Oh yeah, I'm on Abstract as well. DeYank, thank you, man. Super appreciate that. Yeah, I mean the weekend's gotten even more casual, so I like it even more. And they've gone long. Yesterday was like 4 or 5 hours, and ended up streaming Destiny by the end of it. And I don't know what it is, by the way. I don't know if my browser is a little fucked or what. System resources should be fine, but it's like super laggy when I stream on. I had Destiny going on one screen and my browser's on the other, and it just didn't work well. But I'm working on that. I kind of want to go stream some abstract games and stuff too. Nah, DeYank, you are. It's you, man. Dude, I'm glowing. Hang on. Let's do, fuck. Hang on. All right, a little better. Christian, good morning, man. Christian, you're perfect. You're a perfect guy to be chatting with today, because there's a lot of comments out there about the economy, which is not looking awesome. But I bet you would have some pretty good takes on it. I'd be really curious to hear some of your thoughts here. Let's peek at NFT volume. We'll get to that. I'm going to fire up a Spaces too. Again, I think it's just time. 14 million sales yesterday. Anything else noteworthy? Just fucking garbage. Action volume. Oh, we'll do a little check in on the quest for a little pudgy. No luck getting that. No luck getting that Clear Silver sold or anything. People are looking though, which is cool. That's the biggest thing I was hoping to see, is just that it gets eyes, and maybe it got like an extra 10, 15 views, but the people looking at it are people that are watching. I mean, obviously, but China GMs, man, on over on Abstract English. I don't know if I just said good morning. My fucking brain doesn't work, but good morning. I was up late last night. Peek at weekly volume 2. That'll close in about 12 hours here. I imagine it's going to be I was going to say, I imagine it's our worst week of the year, but probably not. Oh, no, probably, yeah, it is. Probably add another maybe 10 million sales at the most, so we'll probably crack 100 mil, but this will be our worst week, now our worst week since first week in November. Not great. But just keep in mind, this doesn't count Abstract, which has been doing some numbers too. In fact, let's peek at Abstract sales volume 7 days. It doesn't count that. It doesn't count Hyperliquid, although Hypeo trading has been on base, so I wouldn't. That's pretty much a non-factor. I mean, man, dude, like OCH has got 2-3 mil in volume. Let's say 2 mil, 2.5, ballpark. How much of that is wash, I don't know. But, safe to say we could probably add like an extra 3 mil to whatever our sales volume is. Dude, nice. Kato's great. How the fuck did you get Kato? Did you buy or did you get Yaps? Did you get an airdrop? That's pretty cool, man. Kato's good. Kato's legit. And top collections here, punks, like real deal punk sales. These were real, but 2.5 million sales. That was just across a few punks, by the way. This 8 punk sold, during the show yesterday we saw it, but over 2 million. Took a huge loss though, like a $500,000 loss in ETH value. I think it was like 1,500 ETH. It was a lot. Actually, would like to peek at that. D-Market Courtyard, Guild of Guardian Heroes. I still think the Blast Collection's bullshit. Same with Paradise, same with this. This looks pretty similar to yesterday. Pudgy's, Little Pudgy's up a little. Hang on, what's up with autoglyphs? Wow, 188 grand for an autoglyph. Walsh got an airdrop. Did he donate that to you? I got like I can't remember, 300 or 400 or $500. And I sold it, man, it would have been a 2 or 3x if I held it a little bit. Kato's good. I think Kato's going to be like, it'll be one of the success stories of this run. Kind of like, hey, dude, I've said consistently that I think Fantasy Top is one of the best products we've got this cycle. You could probably, you could probably say best products this cycle so far. Polymarket. You can't argue that Polymarket's not, top. Actually, there's probably 4 projects. Polymarket, Fantasy Top. I love it. I think that platform is legit. I don't even think it doesn't matter what kind of numbers it does. It matters if you can keep the people who are engaged, if you can keep them engaged. Like, part of what's happening here is like resetting expectations. I talked to Henry about this too, like something like the Kongs. You don't need to take over the world, man. Just keep your community happy. And if you keep them fed, you can have a really small thing. Not the Kongs are small, but you can have a small thing that can, be successful in the long run if you just keep it running well for the people who are there and engaged. Like we don't got to think like back in the day, Bored Apes and who's gonna be the Disney of Web3. We don't have to think like that. And we're kind of resetting our thoughts about meme coins in that regard too. Although I still think there's a bunch of awful takes out there. I think I'm starting to really question it, as we should, like starting to rethink some of these positions. But people saying meme coins are over, right? We mentioned, or we talked a little yesterday. I don't think they're over, man, but more and more people are saying they are. And I'm not sure. Most of the economic data we've gotten from the U.S. lately been concerning. Yeah, slowdown policies don't. Yeah. Christian, would you expect, did you think this was expected in the short term and that this is setting up? You know how Trump likes to bluff and play games and manipulate and whatever? Do you think part of this is like super calculated fuckery to then implement other things like a stimmy? You know what I mean? Like, I feel like there's more going on. And I also don't know if Trump is that deep. You know what I mean? I don't know if he's planning that far ahead. I don't know. But yeah, there you go. That's what was needed for the Fed to start cutting rates. Yeah, okay, so there we go. That's what I'm wondering, but I don't know that enough. I don't know that well enough. Benny, good morning. Oh, good old Walshy. Walshy's going to get his ass on stream here. We chatted briefly in DMs. What I want to do is get a Walshy Joe Henry episode. I want to reach out to the boys too and get like get an afternoon show going. Because like I said, it's not done. It's just on pause. But I do want to fire those off whenever, and I want to see if the boys maybe are up for that this week. It'd be fun. I would love to chat with the boys. CryptoLorian, good morning, man. Hey, you tipped all your paying. Damn, dude. So, CryptoLorian, do you tip for XP or do you tip just because you're a generous dude? I'm still trying to figure out why. Just in general. Well, that's what spaces are. Okay, so like the streams here are sacred. And please, nobody take offense. The streams are for either like OG idiots, we have this little tight crew of like 10 people that have been doing this for. So like the streams are just like mostly for like the gang. Again, just like nobody take that personal. I hope nobody does. It's for the gang and for like if I get big guests or something. Just because it just is what it is. Although I'll have like these one-off episodes where I probably want anybody to come on for like really. But Spaces is where it's anybody and everybody. That's where I want us to chat. That's why I want to actually fuck it. Let me fire up Spaces now. That's why I want Spaces. And I don't know why I think like that too. I don't know branding, like what is branding matter for something like this? I don't know, but I just think that that's the way the like Inside NFTs and SlamX streams need to be, or just are for. I don't know. I'm gonna do the Spaces though, and Homer come up, and English, and whoever's out there that wants to hop on Spaces and shoot the shit. Confusion, if you're still there too. Let's get that going a little bit, because I think we should talk about economy and this dolphin fucking that dead fish. I think we definitely need to talk about that. And look at this guy getting it. They got these sharp little peens. I did not hear back about the Node Monk. I got ghosted yesterday. So I'm gonna have another message. I'm gonna send another message, be like, dude, again, not new here. I just don't like being fucked with. I don't like it. I'm gonna send a little stronger worded message, I think, there, and kind of move forward with other plans. Benny, did you hear yesterday, like the plan, the calling out plan? I'm not going to do it now when I don't have any, because I don't tweet enough to get this in front of people. I'm not going to do it when nobody will see it. I'm going to really ramp up the tweeting. and then I'm going to do it. I want to make sure people see, because I think it's bullshit to promise stuff and to dangle shit out there to get people to buy your project, and you were only going to give shit away if it was successful. That's what it looks like to me. I think that's bullshit. That's it, Homer. It's disrespectful. I don't like people I don't like it. I don't like being treated like a little fuck. And that's what it is. It's just using people. It's manipulative shit, and I don't like it. And then I don't like being ghosted. I don't like having to chase somebody. Just none of it I like. I think it's like coward shit. All right, what are we going to call this Spaces? It's fucking coward shit, isn't it? Like, man the fuck up. And this person I know had money. Maybe doesn't now. I get that. I get that times are tough now. I get it. But that's like, this situation is everything wrong about this space. It's guys who like misread everything, guys who promise shit they can't deliver on or don't know. It's just like, don't promise shit unless you can do it. It's weird. That it's everything wrong in this space, and that's basically how I'm going to color the thing when I tweet about it. Everything fucking wrong about the space. And it's somebody who's still in the space and trying to probably mint more stuff. And the fucked up part is, because it's kind of tied to another project, it kind of drags another guy into it that maybe had nothing to do with it, maybe, but also is very closely tied, so maybe did. And ultimately, the content I made was for the second project. So there's a tie there. You're up, you 2x'd, huh? Good shit. Benny, thank you, man. Okay, what do I name the spaces? Let's just do our meme coins over. Our meme coins. It's so dumb. I'll tell you what, man. There's no way meme coins are over. Some of the takes again that I saw, who was it? Like, it was either Lupify or Wizard of Soho being like, no, we'll see things, 20 to 30% up from here. Nothing's going to see all-time high again. I'm like, yo, first off, normies have no idea what's going on. Normies have no fucking clue, nor do they care. And then beyond that, two coins alone, last cycle, Doge and Sheeb, all on their own, had a higher market cap than the entire meme coin ecosystem does now. Without any of this drama, because it's normies. Normies are all that matter. If you think that normies are still coming in, if you think that people are about to get a lot more liquid when Bitcoin 2 and 3 and 5Xs and whatever it's going to do, it trickles to meme coins. People gamble again. It's going to happen. Saying that meme coins are dead, again, I question a lot of the people out there. And maybe I'm wrong. I'm telling you, I'm thinking through this a lot, and I'm second guessing. I'm thinking through my position on all this. Me saying it, I'm not right. We'll see how it plays out, but it doesn't make sense to me. I cannot fathom that they're dead. Are meme coins? I don't think so. In fact, I think it's going to get back to being a little more pure, like a little like better. Yeah, fuck it. Our meme coin's dead. There we go. Okay, space is up. You can find it on my profile. Oh, yo, over on Abstract. Bull, thank you. And Roth, thank you. Good morning, Cairo. Cairo, yeah, me and Guy's still trying to connect. I'm down for any kind of collabs and whatever. It's just fun. Good vibes. Good people. I'm up for all that. Okay. Good morning, Dead. Throw a thumbs up. Hang on. Throw a thumbs up if you can hear me. If we sound okay. And then I'm going to go share the link out. I see Homer. And just going to wait for confirmation that we're up. Okay, cool shit. Hang on. I didn't test my audio, though. 1 second here. Dude, I got a copyright strike on my video yesterday. Not a strike, but demonetized, which is so stupid. Because I played a 10-second clip of, that Uniswap video? 10-second clip of that totally fucks the monetization. And doesn't matter. I don't make much from this at all. A couple $100 in the past year and a half. So it doesn't matter, but it's pretty stupid. Okay, I need a video to play. I need to hear if audio is coming through here. Here we go. One moment. One moment. Yep. I think we're good. All right, request if you want to come up. Homer, dude, 99%. Yeah. I mean, it's like, yeah. Last cycle, we topped at a 3.2 trillion market cap for crypto. We're still below, so definitely think trillions coming. You know who had a great take? Tyler. Tyler had a great take. We'll peek at that too. There's plenty. Man, it's fucking dead. If you're on Spaces, it might be worth still peeking at the screen, maybe muting, or whatever. But like, I'm still gonna show stuff on the screen. So guys, if you're watching on Abstract, oh, dude, let me show my shit real quick too. And Homer is coming up, and Confusion, come up too, man. Anybody who wants, come up. Okay, hey, I got to do my shill. I got to just show the channel and socials and stuff. What's up, Homer?
Oh, sorry.
All right,
Calvin, didn't know I was on the mic.
You're fucking on the mic, dude. It's good to hear your voice, dude. I don't think I've heard your voice. Even kind of following you to Spaces here and there. I don't think I've heard you talk. Have you?
I'm a ghost.
I love it.
No, I don't think you have.
Okay. Real quick, I'm just gonna do a little self shill. Wherever you're watching, go over to YouTube. Go to Inside NFTs. It's at NFTLDR. Make sure you subscribe there. Stream on Saturday, Sundays over here. At some point, there will be more, like daily content here. So subscribe over there, and then you can follow me at Huda_idiot over on X. I'll throw up the other socials later, but SlamX Official on YouTube is where I stream Monday through Friday, and then follow CryptoSlam.io. And then I'm going to drop the what is it? Fucking Abstract stream. I'm going to drop that in the chat on YouTube. Watch over there, guys. Abstract's going to cook. And I think, like we were chatting yesterday, you might get XP for like watching over there, I think. So just a heads up. There we go. Okay. Confusion, Dead, if you want to chat. Dead, you never come up, dude. Although I don't think you've gone to bed, but you need to come chat sometime. Okay, done chilling, I think. Dude, Homer, hello. Dude,
no.
Welcome to fucking crypto. Like I know we chat in like DMs and shit.
This is my first stream.
Is it?
Yeah, well, yeah.
Like
I've been in a few spaces and stuff, but I don't really doc.
Yeah, fair.
I'm more of a listener.
Are you ever gonna doc stocks, like show your face? Oh, you have. I've seen. No, you've definitely tweeted your picture, haven't you?
Yeah, I've sent out some pictures. Trying to get the confidence up to do the whole streaming thing, but I'm not just going to stream by myself either. I got enough to talk
about. You know what though? You should. Everybody, like, if that interests anybody, you just should. You just do it. Like, you just do it. Just get on and talk. And here's the thing: I don't think anybody really does. Like, some people do, but you find your direction just from doing it. The hardest part of doing like streaming in general is literally just doing it. And then it's like you find direction. If you sit there and you drool on yourself, so be it. And then you'll figure out, what you should do instead. But if it interests you, just fucking do it.
I've drooled on myself a lot, Huda, so I think we'll be just fine.
That's why I think you and I would get along so well.
We're gonna. I can't wait to fly you.
You can't wait what?
I can't wait to fly you and the family out for our adventure.
Man, make your million here, and then game on.
I will.
So here, by the way, is that clear silver. This auction or this sale still up for a day. I'll keep relisting it too, but it's getting close to time to lower that price. I gotta peek at Lil Pudgy's again. I don't think they moved much. In fact, they might be a little lower than they were at yesterday. But man, do I need that. Where are Little Pudgies? Oh shit, they are actually up 1.069. They're up a little bit from yesterday, up almost 14%. I don't know. I kind of think we might have an interesting week ahead of us. I kind of think we do. Fuck, dude. I'm gonna lower that clear silver right now. I'm belt to FOMO. You know what I mean? Like, fuck. All right, hang on. I'm gonna drop this down to like 1.1. I really need that, Lil. I really do. Okay, let's go 1.1. Here, let's go 1.09. Let's do 5% royalties. Okay, I think that works. Fuck, I don't want to do this at all, man. I should do it, right, guys? I think I should. Anon, thank you, man. Appreciate the ping, guys.
Absolutely.
Oh no. Dad, you would stream if you had an avatar. Dude, that's cool. Dad, I should do it, right? Dude, you should definitely stream, by the way. Yeah, no, you should. Anybody should, especially on Abstract now when they're going to reward people for streaming. I just think people should. It's kind of the way everything's moving. I think everybody thinks you got to be like a big streamer, like you're gonna do it and grow and like yes, but the same way I think like prices are resetting across the board and there's gonna be like we're just revaluing things. I think even like streamer KOL influencer shit also gonna be similar. I think communities will have their person. This already is this is how it works out there already. But like communities will have their own like KOL and their own person. It's kind of like what we do in a way, but I think that's going to be the new norm. There'll be plenty of streamers who are not massive and most people don't know about, but in their little community, that's where, people get their info and maybe entertainment. Yeah.
Sorry. You can do blogging on there as well, right? That'll be my last question.
On what?
On Abstract?
No, you know what? I don't think so. It's a good question. I don't think they got a. I might be wrong. I don't think they have a platform here to put out like articles, text, whatever. I don't think, but that's a good idea.
Yeah. Okay. I was just wondering because I don't mind writing stuff.
Oh, dude, see, you got the thing I don't have. I have to write, and I write a lot, and I fucking hate it so much. But like what you're doing on X and you're gaining followers and shit, that's the key to growing that audience way faster than video content is. It's the written content. So
yeah, it's just an algorithm game.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, you're on the right track. And then if you can combine the two, dude, that's how you dominate.
FG. I'll figure that out on the trip.
Wait. I didn't hear. I talked over you like a dumbass. What?
No. I said I'll link the two together on some kind of trip someday.
There you go. FGXS, I'm just nervous people will realize I'm a retard. Dude, well, you are. I mean that. I mean it. You are. And I am, and like everybody is. You don't give a fuck about that. That's the thing. That's like your biggest enemy with doing streaming is thinking even that matters. Look at some of the biggest streamers out there are the biggest fucktards you could ever imagine. If you're actually retarded, even better. You'll go way further. You know what I mean? Like it's a bit of a mental game to stream. You will eventually get to the point where you're like, fuck it. It doesn't matter, by the way. But you get to that point where it doesn't matter, and you just turn on the camera and you just don't give a shit. And I'm still working on that personally, but it's like the most important part to like being successful at it is not giving a shit. And the less of a shit you give, usually the more successful you are, just because you're being yourself, and people just like to have somebody to kind of hang with and talk about the stuff they like already. And, that's kind of it. Dude, and yeah, you can do Solana content. Do that. Stream and talk Solana shit. I don't know enough about it. I'd love to keep, watch other people's stuff, especially if they're talking about stuff I need to know about, and I don't. Like, I know Solana, but not like you. So, is it just crypto finance on Abstract? I mean, it's games. It'll be everything, too. It's such a baby platform. It'll be everything. So yeah, I mean, fuck. I mean, they're going so mainstream consumer crypto, whatever. It's everything. Fuck, I think I gotta list this fucker. This will get me an ETH. And then it's just, dude, it hurts. Yeah, Jesus, just fucking do it. Lil Pudgy makes sense. Oh, this feels so bad, though. Dad, tell me what to do. I'm going to do what Dad says. Dad, either thumbs up. Are you in Spaces still? Dad, thumbs up if I should list the clear silver. Thumbs down if I should just wait. I'm watching. Or in chat. Just drop it in chat. FGXS. What do you look for in a streamer? Do you want? Yeah, it's like it's just like sometimes it's background. You know what I mean? Like I watch a lot of YouTube just to have it on the TV. That's it. It's just there, and I'll like here and there I pick. Well, not here and there. I it's just whatever I can pick up while it's kind of background stuff. I'm not usually sitting and paying full attention to it. But it's just like you just find somebody that's relatable, and it's just like hanging out. So, Dad, you can't. You don't. I don't think Dad's gonna give me an answer. You don't think I should list, or you can't give me an answer on it? Lumascu, I might do some beat cookups. Yeah. Dude, that I see people doing like playing music there and streaming. Yes. Do whatever is you. That's the shit that works. You don't have to do crypto content. Do whatever. Do like movie reviews and make music and like whatever. That's the shit that I think really works. Okay. I'm rejecting this till I get a dead answer. Dead's telling me what to do here. Sorry, buddy, but it's all on you. Not financial advice. God damn it, dude. Dead's not gonna give me financial advice here. All right. Okay. By the way, Homer, dude, chime in whenever too. I know you said it was your last question. That does not have to be your last whatever. But I got on the screen a picture from ETH Denver. Looks sad. It looks really sad. So I don't know if this is pre-event or post-event or if this is the fucking event itself. But Henry said, you thought ETH was dead, but you didn't know what it meant. Third floor of ETH Denver has puppies, snuggle rooms, beanbags, and a photo booth to live stream your unalive. Wow. All of the gong session to send you on your way. It's over. Dude, the picture is just like a big old room that looks like it's meant for a party, and there's nothing there. There's nothing there. Actually, there's like 5 people in the background. We truly are fucking dead. We're truly fucking dead. FGXS. If you list this, just remember what you go in should outperform it or be expected to at best case. Yeah, I think they both have a similar path or trajectory. I think Lil Pudgy's will be 2, 3, 4, 5 ETH. It's a big range, right? And I think that Clear Silver, same thing. 2, 3, 4, 5 ETH. But the Lil Pudgy gets me a multiplier on abstract, and it gets me in that community to like make contacts and, network and that kind of stuff. If it were you dead, it would be the Lil Pudgy. Okay. I think that's it. Yeah, okay. Dead makes the call. You know what? Okay, I know what I got to do. I need one last piece of info. I'm gonna DM J Squiggle, Jared, right? That's the art guy. If he thinks this is bigger, better, whatever, then I make the other moves we talked about yesterday. I make the move on the Project Eon, which I also think's got the 2, 3, 4 ETH potential. But I do that and some other things. So hang on, I'm gonna send J Squiggle a little message here, and we'll hear from him in a couple hours here. But all right, hang on. Sorry for the silence here, guys. I can't believe fucking Confusion didn't come up. I'm insulted. No, I'm not. He's awesome. Almost done. Okay, DM sent. Done with this for right now. Just for now. I'm coming back because I really want that Lil. And I think they're going to be like 1.25, 1.5 very soon, like maybe this week. I think we got some movement coming this week. But I'll show you why. I'll show you guys why. And it's a maybe thing. And so we get to the meme coin stuff in just a minute. We're going to get to like kind of the market stuff. Macro. I hope Christian's still here. Dude, John, she does. She's got nice work. Cutie, good morning. She's got great work. And more than that, too, is just, if we think it's an AI cycle, I still do, then, look, we just had the AI art gallery at Christie's. AI art's going to become like a big, I still think we're getting an art meta. We're getting the AI meta. We're getting the art meta. Claire Silver's a top 5 or 10 AI artist. Like she just is. That might even be in the world, not just in crypto. She's probably, I think, maybe I'm wrong here, guys, but, it's Rafiq Anadol. And it's like, Claire Silver's like, at least here in NFTs, she's just below Rafiq Anadol. Like a bit below him, but I don't think there's anybody else up there. So she's pretty fucking big. And if art becomes if the AI art stuff becomes a really big thing, then plus Lil Pudgy's already got over 4 ETH. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, Claire's great. And I think she's got a big, bright future ahead. And she has a major world-class exhibit going on later this year. She does. She's got an IRL thing that's happening that's huge at some prestigious art museum. She's not announced it. She's only teased it. she's got something big coming, and this collection is going to be featured in it. It's like a core part of whatever this thing is. Oh my God, Jay Wise, you're so right. Saying I'm overthinking it. I know. I know. I know. I am. I definitely am, dude. We were just talking about this probably before you popped in. FGXS. I need to find the right like show whatever for like everybody to come up, which maybe is just like a once a week community show, and it's like we talk ahead of time. Maybe it's not that people pop in and out during it, but we talk, and anybody who wants to come on, we schedule it, and you guys are all on for the show. But for right now, got a Spaces going just for exactly that. So in the meantime, dude, come on over on Spaces and let's shoot the shit. But yeah, I think that's the best way. Like I would like Homer on here too. Like we were talking at the start of the show. Homer coming up on here and you and anybody who wants on the video stream. Yeah, it would be cool. Musty, good morning, man. John Doe, she had a collab with Gucci. Yeah, she's legit. She's super fucking legit. Spaces right now. Yeah, this is we're on Spaces right now. Homer's on stage here too.
I'll go wherever you need me to go, Huda.
Good shit, dude. How new are you, by the way, Homer? Like, we connected, what, like 6 weeks ago, maybe around there? Like, how new are you to crypto?
Yeah, well, so while she got me into it about a month before that, but crypto, other than that, this was it. This beginning.
Fresh.
See a lot of good avenues in it.
Yep. Dude, it's fucking special. All right,
it's fun as shit too, right? It's not a real job. Like well, it is, but for me, it's fun.
No, it's a blast. It is, and dude, it's harder. Like when, man, last cycle, it didn't confuse me. It didn't give me false hope, but like, it's definitely harder than I thought, and we're definitely learning more and more. The guys who are very successful probably aren't totally honest with how they got successful, and that doesn't mean they cheated, but like. A lot of people make up their wealth, and dude, there's definitely
going to be too honest.
Right.
Oh well.
I mean, yeah. But it is fucking work, and it's a blast. Like, this is my favorite shit. And like, you know, I've told you guys before, and a lot of you guys, it's probably very similar. You've always been online. Like, being online in this community is maybe the newer thing in the past few years, but most of us are probably like terminally online. Like I have been since I was a teen. Like, so if crypto weren't here, I'd probably still be in this chair looking for whatever's fun on the internet right now. But happens to be crypto's the most fucking fun thing. So, Smokey, what's up, brother?
What's up, dude? Lots of awesome stuff to cover in the market today. I just wanted to get on and chat with you. It's been a little while since we got the chance. And, you know, there's a lot going on in the ecosystem right now. We're seeing lots of airdrops being farmed and lots of stuff going on with DeFi as people can get yields and farm new stuff. We're seeing new chains pop off. Hyperliquid's EVM came out with NFT support. We're seeing a lot of awesome stuff. Like the market's just opening up. Odin.fun got some action last night. I know a bunch of people made some money there. And there's just like everything's just slowly heating up. I think spot prices for main and majors are low right now, but I think that's really only an awesome opportunity to be able to get access to a lot of the stuff I just mentioned.
So are we heating up or are we bleeding out?
I believe we're heating up, and I think that this is just, first off, a very warranted pullback, and second off, this is not even close to the downturns of last cycle, where the last time this happened, we had massive drainage, 85% pullbacks. Nowadays, we won't see that as much with the ETF inflows and a whole different type of investor being the majority holder of tokens now, like with Bitcoin we've seen. These are stronger hands. These aren't weak hands who are just going to let go because of a little dip. If anything, they're going to pick up steam, if anything. And we're seeing that now, where lots of people are starting to pick up their allocations. BlackRock even opening up itself to a 2-3% allocation of IBIT, which, you know, shows a lot of strengths to Bitcoin, as we've heard time and time again from Larry Fink and Charles Schwab, where they highly recommend people to be getting exposure to the asset. So no, I don't think it's over. I think it's, in fact, just about to get extremely heated and then pull back much, 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 much less than other cycles in the past to accelerate further. And when I say that, It's because every cycle has to go much higher than the last by an increment that is relative to the last increase. And so looking at that, the only real potential for that is the extreme amounts of institutional adoption we're seeing today. And even governments and foreign bodies purchasing it. These are all things that we didn't have last time. And they are going to significantly slow the drawdown on Bitcoin, being that everybody's pretty late, right? So there's still a ton of room in my eyes. And I believe that this is a whole new type of market with a whole new type of buyer. And we need to expect that it won't be the same as other cycles.
I love it. Put that shit right into my veins, man. Please. No, I love it. I agree. I agree. And especially I got up on the screen here. We talk about these pullbacks. Last cycle, what was this, 2021, April 21, we're at 62K Bitcoin. April, May, June. In 2 months, within 2 months, this shit fell 50%. It's so fucking normal. And I don't get why people are losing their minds. And I still think it's these influencers farming us. Or they don't know and don't get it, but I don't buy that because a lot of these guys have been around too. It's fucking weird to me. It is. It's fucking weird, the takes out there. But I guess crypto is full of very emotional people and traders. At least crypto Twitter is, right? It's like very emotionally driven, and that kind of speaks to everything going on over in meme coins. By the way, Andrew, I see that comment. Start streaming. Do it. Start streaming if you're talking to yourself. If you just do it, the way the algorithms work, you guys know. But if you just do it, it gets served up more and more and more. It's just the consistency matters more. It matters more than the content. And then people will definitely watch. English says short-term heating up, mid-term bleeding out, long-term heating up. I love that. That makes a lot of sense. We'll see lower low on majors, then send. I like it. And let me see. Musty, starting to subscribe to the extended bull run takes. There we go. And I think that's where I live, and I think more and more people are starting to live there. Matt Hogan, who I keep referencing because I think I think he's got his finger on the pulse of something outside of our little echo chamber. He's the chief investment officer of Bitwise, and he's saying the same thing. He says, I wouldn't bet against crypto. I don't know if he said all-time highs, but I remember. He said he wouldn't plan on like a crypto winter or bear market in 2026, which would be unusual. If we, think of our normal 4-year cycles, he's like, dude, that would be 26. And he's like, I wouldn't bet against crypto next year. And along with that, he thinks we're going to find a 2x probably in Bitcoin this year. So all this is like all these indicators are that everything is different. Well, like the meme, it's different this time. I mean, it really appears to be different, and it may be slower getting to that new exciting part of the market, but it might mean this does last longer. So that's definitely where I'm living, guys. It's kind of cool to hear us all in a similar headspace here.
Yeah, I think the main thing, though, that a lot of people really need to take in is that utilizing your crypto to stretch it to be more than what it is going to be an important part of this. Because for a lot of people, I see a lot of people who ran through the cycle, they turned, let's say 10K into 100K. And then with this drop off, now it's 40K, 50K. And so a lot of them are struggling and thinking like, oh, if Bitcoin only 2x's, I'm not even going to be back to where I was and this and that. But what people don't realize is that's not where we made our money, right? Like, let's be honest here. I didn't make my money off flipping just Bitcoin and Solana. I made money because I participated inside of stuff in the ecosystem, and I bought specific items when they were hot, right? Like, for instance, meme coins and farming airdrops. Jupiter alone, just for doing regular swaps you do every day, you at least got $1,000 or a couple $100 between all these airdrops, Magic Eden, all this other stuff. So a lot of people feel like they lost that value. They either didn't sell it in time or whatever the case is. And people feel very down about that, realizing that they've lost all this money, and to get it back, Bitcoin and Solana would have to hit ridiculous numbers. Yep. And to that, I say, it's important and imperative to recognize that new protocols, new airdrops, new things will come out. You will not be stuck to your Solana bag. I guarantee you that within this next year, where everybody's going to be playing this game of is it the top or the bottom yet, essentially you're going to see a mass amount of other opportunities. You don't have to be feeling like oh, this is my only option. Like, there are more things in this market, right? So let's
Dude.
say you bought Sonic, or you bought, I'm so sorry to interrupt you.
I
Let's
just
say you
interrupted
bought-
you.
It's cool, don't worry. But let's say you buy Sonic, or let's say you buy Sweet, coins I do not like and I do not approve of. I believe they could drop 50%, no problem. But here's the thing. If you're farming the airdrops, utilizing the stuff, using Shadow on Sonic, or whatever the case is, the point is that you're going to be getting more value than just buying Sonic. I think people start seeing coins that way, where it's that when you buy a coin, if you buy Cardano, your options are limited. There's no shit coins, no DeFi, nothing's going to save you. You are fucked. If you're in a coin that there is hope for, I believe it's important and actually imperative that if you invest in that asset, you need to take advantage of it. If you don't stake your soul, you are losing money. You understand? The only reason that that's covered is because you stake it, therefore the inflation is covered and then some. But without utilizing what your coin is actually meant for, you'll never be able to get out of there, right? Solana would be worth millions of times more if it was a store of value, but it's not a store of value. Bitcoin is. So use the coins you buy for the purpose they exist. That's my recommendation.
I love it, dude. And I like what you were saying earlier. I mean, I'm with you. I didn't make my money parking in these coins and, riding these, 50% gains and maybe 100%, maybe 200, whatever. It's like the rising tide lifts all ships. And it's when there's this excess that's here, all of a sudden you have, like you're saying, these new platforms and protocols that come out and they give away their money, dude. They just give it a fucking away, which is awesome. That's where I made money. It was airdrops, it was giveaways, and especially like whitelists. And I do think at some point the NFT stuff comes back and it cooks, and the whitelist is the game. But like, I do think it's important for people to remember that stuff moves first. The market cooks first, and then we, at least me, and people who trade like me, that's where we eat. We eat is this little like, it's like just by proximity, we all get to eat too. So, man, yeah, that's where I'm at. And so that's why, in a way, these prices don't matter.
Yeah.
Red, green, blue. Fucking A, dude. Thank you very much for the Pengu.
That speech made me want to run through a wall.
Oh, sorry. Apologize.
I said,
I just
that
wanted to
speech
mention
made
to
me
you,
want.
Huda. Sorry. I just wanted to mention to you, Huda. The beautiful thing I think about what you're saying is exactly like with puppets, where we bought them for like 0.3. They went up to 0.44, but by the time they got there, we'd have already gotten 0.65 worth of Bitcoin in airdrops off one puppet, just to show you the power of what we're talking about.
Exactly that. Yep. It's like, again, the money we make comes elsewhere, and it comes like fast and furious. It's a lot of it, and that's where we eat. Homer, what were you saying, buddy?
Oh, I just wanted to tell her that speech made me want to run through walls. Great job. Great
that's normal Homer mode, though. That's like how you operate.
Jeez, that's unbelievable. You have the best day ever.
But really, it's true. I mean, if you've been through like specifically the NFT bull market, it's how it worked. It's how we ate. It's where like the energy that we kind of absorb comes from. It's the yeah, what is it? We're like these minnows or whatever swimming next to the shark, or whatever those fish that swim along a shark or a whale or whatever. That's us. That's us.
And even looking at something like Pump Fund, right? People say Pump Fund was extractive, but the truth of the matter is that it's impossible for them to take out more money than came in. You understand? Mathematically, that's not possible. Okay? There's got to have been more money that stuck around in the ecosystem than actually left. So Pump Fund wasn't extractive. It in fact added value and brought up the main liquidity token of the entire chain, Radium, multiple X out of nowhere when this was a coin that nobody expected to move. But that's what happens. When a good protocol is utilized on a good chain for the purpose of why it exists, it happens to work out very well because that's what it was created for.
I half agree. I disagree on that it's extractive because, and this actually feeds into like a point Tyler brought up yesterday. Is a great fucking tweet. But that the way we measure value is just, it's kind of fake. It's just kind of on paper. It's not real. But what's not on paper, what is real is when money is literally pulled out of a token, the market cap, whatever, like pulled out of liquidity, and it actually is sold. It's literally extracted from the ecosystem. It's not recycled back. And Pump Fund is definitely that. I mean, how many hundreds of millions have they pulled? And it's fine, by the way. I'm glad for them. But how many hundreds of millions or more did they actually extract? And that is not going back in anywhere here.
But that doesn't cover the fact that if hundreds of millions came into the space, right? And not every single person sold, we know that for a fact. And not every single person stopped trading, and not every single coin died. Therefore, there is more liquidity than would exist if Pump Fund didn't exist. It's just math. You can check it out yourself. The facts are the facts. It's impossible to withdraw more than exists, right? So if a certain amount of money came into these things and a certain amount of money comes out, as long as there's a deficit left over, that means that no matter what, you're still net positive.
So you're looking at net flows for this? What's that metric here? Because Tyler's take here is it's looking at market cap. And it's a great point. And actually, Udi had a fucking beautiful reply to this. But Tyler's post here, we collectively underestimated the impact of this meme coin downturn. By the way, this isn't specific to Pump Fund, but just showing how much value was wiped out. 80 billion wiped out in the past few months, disproportionately affecting the folks who show up here every day. Many people down 80, 90%, if not totally zeroed out, which is, man, that I feel that. I fucking feel that. The money, which isn't rotating to NFTs, digital art, alts, or even majors, it's gone. 80 billion gone. Now, that said, some of this makes sense what you're saying if we're looking at market caps, and we'll get more into this because I'm curious. But Udi's reply here is awesome. It's affecting the so-called wealth effect, where people thought they were rich and therefore were more inclined to spend money. Again, that's where we make our money, though. By the way, it's when people feel rich, they get super spendy, they get gambly, and we will get back there. But where was Udi's point here? It's important to note that this was never real. 80 billion wasn't wiped out. It never existed. Market caps aren't real money. And I think I'm glad he brought that up because that's a really important point. It's not real. How do we measure that really? I think that's then looking at those net flows and somebody actually, and this is on chain, but actually adding this up and seeing how much more money is in the ecosystem versus how much was extracted. And I don't know how much was added. I don't. But I do know for sure Pump Fund has extracted hundreds of millions. And I still wonder if it's in the Bill Plus at this point. I don't know. It might be absolutely perfectly even. I don't know, because I don't know how you can measure this even cross-chain. Maybe, I was going to say looking at global TVL, maybe that's the way. I don't know. But it's I love the tweet from Tyler, first off, and Udi's reply. It's great. It's just good stuff to think about. But we're down bad. Yeah. Again, what's your take on that? And if that truly did create more value, wealth, whatever here?
It's the exact same thing as it's always been. It's never changed ever since back in the day when we were trading tokens on Famous Fox's market, prior to even Radium figuring out its shit and being able to get off of the Serum protocol and whatnot to be able to stay away from FTX and all that, and then create their own. And this whole thing that happened, all of that, at the time, there was no billions of dollar tokens. It was like dust, and that was it. That was the only token you could trade, right? And at the end of the day, when you see the liquidity was such an issue, and to get people to trade on Solana was like insanity. Nobody was doing it, right? But all of a sudden, you have this new technology, Radium, popping up, and then you get WIF, you get all this other stuff. And then down the line, what happens? We get Pump Fund, and what happened? You got Mudang, you got Frog, you got all these plays that ran to multiple hundreds of millions, if not billions. And sure, you've got a point. A lot of those coins are at zero now. A lot of the coins dipped, but it made so many people not only wealthy in this ecosystem, but addicted to this ecosystem to the point where they'll never leave, period. It created a stickiness where now we have more liquidity than existed before in the ecosystem because of those things. That money that all the WIF holders and Frog holders and Mudang and every single one of those things that launched on Pump Fund, none of them would exist. It would all be on different platforms in different ways. And I'm saying eventually it would happen, of course. But if you took it out of the equation entirely, theoretically, Solana would be missing a few billion in FDV. That's for sure. There's no question about it. Because there is more money circulating in the ecosystem due to these things. Think about it.
Do we know
On
that
Trump,
for sure?
For sure.
For sure.
On Trump, sorry.
How, no, I'm curious because this is like probably the most important part. Is there more money in this space? And I would argue there is, simply because it's a bull market, and I do think we got new users in. But where are we measuring that?
Very simple. The way you can do it is if you just go back and you go back a few years, you look at around the inflows on Solana and stuff, you look at the price, look at the volume in perps, look at all this stuff. All of it was down across the board, right? As these products came up, everything went up, including protocols that may not have actually gone up otherwise. For instance, with trading on Solana getting more active and Radium skyrocketing, Orca caught a lot of interest, went from $1.70 to $10. Okay. And then obviously it dumped really quick when people realized that Radium was the official AMM of Pump Fund. But it comes to show you that these things have direct effect on the rest of the ecosystem and bring investment in, right? And we've seen this time and time again. Products like Streamflow would have never caught the notoriety they caught without it, right? Then, not only that, don't forget Meteora caught all the attention out here because they were eventually partnering with Moonshot and allowing DLMMs and all this other stuff. But why were those products created? Because there was significant amounts of meme coins with enough liquidity and enough volume to justify being listed in these places and getting on these products, which created a whole new suite of other products, created symmetry to do baskets of asset as there was more time and more assets to diversify into. This was a whole thing, right? I mean, prior to this, you had Dust and a few other tokens, and really that left you with like 2 meme coins to buy, and then the rest of everything else was like trying their best to be utility plays. Nowadays, we have all this suite of stuff that was created to basically quell all this demand for meme coins and kind of give them something to do with it. All this stuff, right? Think about all this stuff. Think about all the traction Soul Incinerator got from cleaning their accounts, right? Think about all the usage that people in apps would never have gotten had this not existed. I apologize, by the way, if I'm very passionate, but this is something I love.
I love it, dude. As you're talking, I'm pulling up because I still think there has to be a way to measure it. And I know it exists. This is just me maybe being a rookie, but what is the way to measure all of this if there is truly more money here and
Simple.
And liquidity?
That's how I do it. I always just check the date that Pump Fund check came out, and then go to the charts and then check exactly what.
Well, I think that's a mistake. I think, and when I say that, I literally mean I think. I don't know. It's what I'm trying to kind of look at here. If like Udi said, he's right. If we're going by market cap, that's not a great way to measure that there's more money here. It's an indicator and it's a measure, but it's not the measure that there's more money here. I think TVL, and somebody tell me if there's a better way, but TVL, I think makes sense as the best way to measure.
You would, if anything in this case, you would use circulating supply, which is market cap. You wouldn't be using TVL because TVL includes the locked sums, which there's, now there's none, but before there was. Anyways, long story short, I would recommend that if you are looking into this, the reason why I use the charts and I'm checking price and all that is because you can check market cap from there right away. And typically price, market cap, the same shit. If you look at a chart of price and market cap, it's moving the same way. So long story short, you can check these things for yourself. I mean, for me, if I go on the chart right now, I can show you on the chart exactly where Trump was and where Millennia was and where Frog was, and you can see it. It's very, very clear because you don't get 2 million new users. And let's say your customer retention's 10%, that's still 200,000 users. At a rate of 1 Solana per on average, which is probably more, we can assume that out of those 200,000 people, there's still 200,000 Solana in the system extra from that event. Sure, we went at 2 million and then 1.8 gone, but you're still net positive 200,000 users.
Yes.
That's my point.
Well, agree there. Simple. Yeah, no fucking debate and question that more people are or aren't here. I'm pretty fucking sure they are, and that Trump token was a mass onboarding event. But I'm still questioning the money in the ecosystem because we do know. Again, I still don't think market cap's the way to measure it, or circuit. I don't think either of those are the right measure for is there more money here. And I'm looking for that best metric. I'm trying to find TVL like historical. I can only get back like a year. But what we do know for sure is the Trump token, the Trump team extracted 500 mil. That's not market cap. That's literally US dollars, 500 mil extracted from that token, like cashed out, sent out of this ecosystem, not cycled back in. And then the same with Pump Fund, 500, 600, 700. I don't remember the number, but we're talking like a bill plus gone. That said, a bill plus isn't a fuck ton compared to the whole TVL of all of crypto. It barely moves the needle, but
it's laughable. Think about it, bro. Just think about it for a second, right? We just had an unlock that was well over that, probably about $1 billion, whatever, something like that, right? We just had an unlock on Solana like that. What happened to the price? It didn't.
Very
budge.
little, yeah.
That's my point. My point to you is like this, is that there is a lot more money sloshing around in this ecosystem than you think, right? And a lot of people don't realize that a lot of that income is committed. And even if that income does get destroyed, that's fine. Do you know how many hundreds of businesses are right now trying to allocate enough to Solana to have a stake to be able to run their business on chain? Tons and tons of traditional finance people trying to run their own validators and do what Jito's doing and all this other stuff. There's hundreds and hundreds of different factors and things that, looking at this ecosystem, no matter which way you look at it, everything ate from Pump Fund and from all this other stuff, meme coins, not meme coins, everything ate from Jito down to Radium to Orca to Meteora, all the biggest platforms you can think of. Even Camino caught more attention because more people borrowed against their Solana and used the USDC to buy some fucking meme coins, right? A lot of stuff like that is constantly happening because of small actions, right? And in Trump's case, what was it, $80 billion market cap because it hit like $80 or something like that? Okay, fine, they took 500 mil. Who fucking cares? You know how much more money we had in the space because of them? Okay, 500 bill, sure, take it, buddy. We don't care. You know how much more money we made and how much more money's in the system right now?
Well, I don't know if it is. I really don't. Again, I think most traders that got into Trump are now negative. They've lost. I think. Oh, man, I don't think this is a Libra thing. I think I wonder if I'm getting it mixed, but I think it's Trump. If you bought in the first few hours, you're up. Otherwise, everybody from that point after is actually at a loss, and it is that 500 mil. I don't think we can use market cap. I don't think we can use that to measure value.
Even if you don't use liquidity, right? Even if you use just liquidity, right? Which means the raw amount in the pool. It is undeniable that that money is there still till today. Okay. Not only that, count the burnt liquidity that was actually added to Meteora and left there just to earn fees. So now you're actually looking at well over $500 million. That's nothing. $500 million is nothing. It's a drop in the fucking ocean compared to what's being created here. And you're not even considering that 500 mil is a one-time cash out as opposed to the expenditures they have here. They're constantly going to be earning fees. They're constantly going to be making money. They still have supply too they can use, right? There's a huge amount of different things going on here, especially since this is becoming around his brand, right? A lot of other products like this will do similar things. But the end of the day is that they all are net positive, right? Are you going to say Pudgy Penguins was net negative because it went down so much? No, because it was a free airdrop, right? So you can't say that it was net negative. It was literally, no joke, mathematically 100% net positive. There's no way about it. You can't say that these things are extracted if they do add more value mathematically to the ecosystem. There's just no other way about it. I wish there was.
Bro, if you're talking mathematically, I think you're right. But if we're just talking like if we're talking based on sentiment and the way money moves in the space, I think you're wrong. Because the reality is that pump fund just absolutely obliterated the way that crypto moves in the current cycle. Everybody swapped. Like, look what happened when Trump came out. People didn't come to crypto, buy Trump, then rotate to go buy other altcoins or other coins. They either just lost and left, or just kept their money in Solana and probably haven't looked at their Phantom wallet in weeks or months or whatever it is, right? Like
Which means it's net positive because you just said it yourself.
No, I'm not saying that there's not more money here. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying the money that came here is not being used to go like push crypto forward or to push coins forward.
The fact that it here is being in use, the fact that it contributes to market cap and TVL, that is in use to me. Maybe I'm wrong, but I'm just being honest with you. You know, I don't sugarcoat things. Like that's
I think you're just talking from a very like statistical standpoint, which I agree. But like again, the reality is that all this shit hurt the market. Like there's a reason why other coins aren't running. There's a reason why things are just in the gutter. And Solana is quote unquote the savior, right? Meme coins are the savior. It's because everybody is addicted to gambling and they would rather sell off all their coins. Bro, I got obliterated across the chain when Trump came out. And I had an emergency that day. I was busy. I come back the next day. I look at my coins. I'm like, what the fuck happened? Oh, Trump launched a coin. Bro, my shit went down from being down 60% to being down 80%.
True, but how in the same vein can you then say that this is a warranted pullback on major, but not a warranted pullback on memes? Memes pulling back 85% is light compared to other.
I'm not talking about memes, bro. My portfolio is not memes. My portfolio is quote unquote good tech. You know, like things that have been here for a while. You know.
Well, let's discuss that if you don't mind. I mean, maybe it's off topic, but if you don't mind, let's discuss that. What do you consider real?
By the way, keep going with whatever, and I'll just kind of shift us when I feel like it's time. But this is great.
Feel free to cut me off. I talk too much.
No, it's fine. I like it's just for me. Like my portfolio is not in memes, right? I own things like Beam, Superverse, Sonic, you know, well, formerly Phantom, like these are the type of things I have in my portfolio, right? And of course they were going down. This, you know, I've been DCing for fucking what feels an eternity, right? So I'm okay with pullback and I understand, you know, the way the market's flowing. But straight up when that happened, you know, across the board, all of my coins went down another X%. Just because people were exiting everything to go chase Trump, right? And Trump was a black hole event. But the reality is that meme coins in general have hurt the progress of other coins in terms of price go up, not in terms of whatever tech companies are building, but in terms of price go up. And yes, all these pullbacks are warranted, this and that, but a lot of people here aren't rotating their money into quote unquote smart coins where quote unquote smart money is going, right? There's probably not many people here that understand that Trump is dumping, or whoever is running Trump's accounts, whatever, is dumping money into things like Aave and Ondo, et cetera, right? And they just could give a fuck less because that doesn't move fast enough.
So with respect, I actually disagree. I believe that, as I mentioned earlier, that Pump Fund and Trump and all these things, these major liquidity events, let's call them, they all provided extreme benefit for almost every app I can think of. Going down from NX Finance to Jupiter to Meteora to Radium to Orca to, I can go on.
By the way, benefit is users and like liquidity. Would that be fair
revenue,
to say?
Not just liquidity, revenue. Okay, look at, for instance, a small little humble place like Soul Incinerator. They don't make a lot of money. They make extremely little money. But when Pump Fund was going strong, they made more than ever before. Revenue-wise, we're not just talking hypothetical, like little bits and pieces. No, we're talking hard cash that the company makes, that the users make, right? Don't forget, Radium stakers are getting 4% paid out in Radium. So as that price went up, these guys made fucking bank. And don't forget, that's such a small thing. I wish I could explain the scope of what I'm talking about in a more elaborate way, but this is the most clear I can get, where there are coins that 100%, not only did it bring up the ecosystem, but it brought it and elevated it to a level that never before would it have ever been able to achieve, and it wouldn't have been able to evolve because it never had the usage that would have battle tested it.
Smokey, you're getting the Soul Bros fired up. They love it.
Hey, you know, I love Solana and I love Bitcoin and I love all crypto. But I'm going to be honest here. Some are vaporware and some are legit. That's just how it is. And I believe that this is a legit asset that has been mistreated and mishandled, but still stuck it through to the end and did better than everything else. That's just the truth. There's no way you could tell me you could launch Trump coin on any other chain. No chain could
No way.
support that.
Yep.
ETH's 15 TPS is laughable. It's a joke. It's a joke. That's the truth.
Let's shift to the state of the trenches. How fucked are we? How fucked are we? And actually, like even before we get deep into that, we'll frame it with like Keyboard Monkey's comment here, which is basically, I think it's his take. Hang on, I might have the wrong tweet up on the screen, but I can just sum it up. Keyboard Monkey's take is memes are dead and never coming back. It's basically like where we're at with NFTs now is where we are heading with memes, or generally that's the take. And we touched on this yesterday too, but I think it's a bigger conversation. Are memes fucking dead and we're never gonna see what we just saw again, or is that like the first real phase of it and we still have bigger, better to come? What do you guys think?
Musty, I'll let you take this one first because I'm never gonna shut up.
I'm excited for your take about it, dude.
Everything rotates, right? All the shit rotates, and like, do I think the soul trenches are absolutely cooked forever? No. Do I think they're cooked for a good amount of time? Yeah. I mean, the only people that are really still winning in the trenches are the true people that were already good at it before everybody came and all the quote unquote normies came, right? Before a lot of people like yourself, Huda, etc., started trading memes, right? So do we see more giga runners? Yeah, of course we'll see more giga runners. But I think what happened on Sol was kind of important for the rest of the market to win. I mean, right now we're seeing a pretty massive pullback, which is likely normal for the state of the market that we're in. But people needed to take a step back, stop doing all this gambling bullshit, and see real places to park money. Like, for example, Radium was skyrocketing, right? Because that was whatever. I just went blank. Whatever. Radium was skyrocketing, right? And now Radium has seen a pullback through all this Solana shit. The reality is that all the people that were trading on Solana meme coins, they weren't fucking rotating to Radium, dude. They just weren't. They were just rotating to more meme coins like fucking retards.
Didn't Radium get fucked by the Pump Fun update too?
Yeah. But I'm just saying, like, people like Smokey was saying, like, all tides lift all ships, essentially, right? But like the reality is that it's good for people like him who understand where to park their money in quote unquote safe bets. Other people had no clue what the fuck they were doing and just rotating to more memes and just getting destroyed. So I think now we're going to see a small rotation to like a flight to safety and quote unquote utility in a small way. And then the trenches will come back because people will get bored and the same thing will happen again.
I hate when Brad Merchant gets hurt. Couldn't happen to a nicer man, Kylie.
Yo, Homer, brother, you're hi, Mikey.
Is that what that? I didn't know what the fuck that was. All right, I'll just mute him real quick. But all right, so I think I've got the tweet I was looking for on this. Fuck, why can't I mute? Hang on. Oh, here we go. All right. Okay, on the screen. Okay, so it was reply to the Keyboard Monkey tweet. Wizard of Soho says this will be the toughest pill to swallow for most. Meme coin meta is fucking over, boys. Things will pump 20-30%. None will see all-time high again, even close. This is completely opposite of like what somebody like Murad says, and I think English probably agrees somewhere on that side at least, saying we won't see another meme run like we saw this cycle. And I don't know. I don't fucking know. What I do know is we had a higher market cap for meme coins with just Doge and Sheep. Just those two alone, because they're, like we were saying at the very start of the show, they're normie facing. They're not here understanding anything we're talking. They have no fucking clue or concept anything like this. They have no idea. I have a hard time wrapping my head around that thought that they don't pump, when I think meme coins exist when there's excess here too. Again, it's when, like we said earlier, when things are pumping, people just get spendy. That's where we think we can make our money, and that's where we did make our money. But that's when people start getting a little sillier with their spending and they start gambling a lot harder. And because I think Bitcoin's going to 200K and eventually 500K and eventually $1 million, I think a lot of people are going to be very, very fucking rich, at least in crypto, and are going to gamble again. And I don't know what they gamble on beyond, well, NFTs and meme coins. But I I don't see how meme coins don't get back to all-time high. Not all of them. I think it's like that Matt Hogan guy said, it's this consolidation to the good shit. I think most do bleed out like NFTs, like 99% going to zero. That makes tons of sense. It does, but the quality shit, maybe that's Flog, and maybe it's Whiff, and maybe it's whatever, you know, that your favorite major meme coin is. Maybe it's those. Maybe it's Pepe, right? But I see a lot of those, at least a few of those major meme coins gaining back all that value, going higher. I see it that way. Okay, your guys' takes on that, though. And by the way, English, Radium down 70% on the month. They got double fucked, right? They got fucked by the market. They got fucked by Pump Fund launching their own pools, right? Like the Radium got fucked. I don't know. I don't know if anybody has thoughts on what's going on with Radium too. So two things: meme coins, are they dead, and where we're going, and then also thoughts on Radium.
So I'll just smash out one thing quick about Radium. One thing to know is that Radium's still up 50% from when Pump Fund released, right? I mean, if you just look, you'll see that Radium was like $1.30 to $1.70 in that range. And then eventually it broke because of Pump Fund. So it's still up 50% from before. So it's actually still up. Regardless.
Well, I think it depends when you got in, because I got the chart up, and I think when it launched, it's down pretty significantly from then. If you got in like it looks like June 22 or so, you're still actually up. Anywhere from there beyond, if you didn't get in at a pump. But like Radium was like, fuck, I'm not gonna pull up market cap, I guess, but like $14. Like it launched around $12 a coin. It kind of in that range. Let's just say like 10-ish. So launched way higher. There was definitely a stretch where you got in, you're doing fine still.
That was during FTX, though, remember that. And that was also due to being connected to Serum and a whole bunch of other stuff. And there was a whole bunch of manipulation there. But that's very, very different than what happened after that, where you'll see the chart just tanked, right? And then eventually it hits that $1.30, $1.70 area. And that's where things start picking up, because afterward Pump Fund got more involved. The new version of Radium came out, which was separated from Serum. So all of that pumped it up, right? But that's just Radium, right? To cover Radium and the AMM from Pump Fund, yes, it will take a significant portion of their business. I do expect it to bleed or chop. I don't expect it to do anything too crazy, especially with all the competitors in the space. But at the end of the day, they are still the most fleshed out and the best in the industry when it comes to liquidity and whatnot. So they still are top dog at the moment. But yeah, Pump Fund AMM is going to take a huge chunk out of the business, because like 40% of the tokens trading on Radium were all Pump Funds. But that only comes to speak to the point more of, are memes dead? That's what you were asking, correct? So when you look at it, you got to think like this. Nobody can predict that, okay? Anything could happen tomorrow that's memeable enough, right? Trump could make a funny face, or, right? Anything can happen. It could come from an Elon tweet. It could come from news in the world, right? A good example is like, we saw how Zelensky got bitched out, and, you know, we saw that video, it circulated and whatnot. That is something where you could easily have a meme coin spawn off of that and go many, many, many multiples up without much knowledge of the space, just knowing the event, right? I have a lot of friends that did much, much better than me when it came to Iggy and all these other coins, because they knew the artist. They followed the people, right? So to say normies have no concept of this is retarded, because of course they do. Otherwise, they'd just be buying every single celebrity token, which they're clearly not. It's very, very clear that certain fans have either a bias against them or a bias for them, and that's what really leads them to that.
Normies think Ripple can go to like, what, 1,000, multiple thousands per coin? Like normies, like total fucking normies. That's what they don't, man, they don't know market cap, they don't know TV, they don't know any of this stuff. They truly don't.
I'm not defending their intelligence. What I'm saying, though, is that there is a natural way of going about this, right? I mean, if you're a Kanye fan, regardless of whether you're in crypto or not, there's a chance you might buy his crypto, right? That, at the end of the day, will always exist, because it could be any event. Anything could happen tomorrow that a meme coin comes out about. If people are excited about it enough, boom, you've got a coin. Look at the Jeff Shark thing. Marvel Rivals came out. People loved the character so much that there was like 6 coins of him that spawned to multiple millions. That is unpredictable. No one in the world, not Murad, not me, not anybody in the world can tell you whether that's going to continue to happen or not. But what I can tell you is that for sure you will have some form of that. There will never be a time where these events will be completely ignored and no coin will come out. 100% not. If something exciting enough happens, you bet your ass there's going to be a coin for it right away.
I mean, dude, I love that again, that line from Zagabond, tickers are the new hashtag. Never it's going to go away. Never going to go away. I don't see it. I do not see it.
It's not that like I'm saying there's some indomitable asset. That's not the case. It's just that they're fluid and they can exist and not exist so quickly that they can come and go as they please, really. There doesn't have to be necessarily a meme season happening for a meme to do well. It just has to be viral enough. We've seen this time and time again in society with people like Bad Barbie, who just got on of Dr. Phil's show and said, "Cash me outside, how about that?" And now she's the most famous girl in the world making 50 mil from fucking OnlyFans. So listen, things can get out of control, and that's what memes are. They're this erratic, irrational thing that's based on societal ideals and norms and jokes and all sorts of other things. This isn't something that's controllable, right? It's like saying, how many different people are going to stop doing art because art's not popular on chain. That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard in the world.
Toothpaste out of the tube, man.
Right? Of course artists are still going to draw. What, the guy's going to be like, "Oh, I quit." No, like, bro, it's not. They're not conducive of each other. They're not necessary for one to exist. They can coexist at the same time, regardless of the timing. They don't have any correlation. And that's what it is with meme coins. There's no correlation to the market per se, right? The only correlation is whether people are willing to be more risk on or risk off. That's really the decisions of the world. It's risk on, risk off, and nothing in between.
Luna's saying here too, and Musty, I got to get your take on all this. Luna's saying, I think society needs to become less degen, and he's right. And it's just, man, I don't know if they ever will. It's just human nature. It's the greed thing. And it's what I'm betting on. It's what I'm betting on here is that people will just keep playing like they have been. We'll just keep being humans. But yeah, we'll see. Musty,
naturally, you need. Sorry, my bad.
No, you're good. You're good.
One last thing I wanted to add is that naturally you need a high risk option at all times, right? Not everybody is going to be satisfied with the status quo of X coins, like whatever coins they might be. They might want riskier options. It's demand for a product that exists in our ecosystem that is a popular product amongst everybody. Everybody is interested and has a demand for high-risk product. Whether they have a large or small portfolio, they're always going to be utilizing a small portion for high-risk products. That demand alone is why they will continue to exist. Sorry.
Musty tagging, I got to hear your thoughts. Hang on, let me make sure he's still here. Yeah, he is. Boy, oh boy, I see somebody's reply to this thread from Tyler. And this is, again, still what I want to dig in, and I don't want to bring us back to that conversation, but talking about Tyler's thesis, the 80 billion gone, and saying the reasoning's flawed, most assets aren't fully liquid. FDV of Bitcoin is 1.7 trillion, but what's the liquidity? 5 bill, 50 bill, 5, whatever that number is. And again, that's where again, not to go back to that, I don't want to, but that's what I personally want to dial into at some point and just get a better feel for it. I'm even on the side talking to ChatGPT, like what is the best way to measure like growth and money in the space, and it's multiple things. So ultimately, there's a tool or metric out there that kind of combines them all and weighs them all somehow, some way. And Musty, again, tap in whenever, but I'm just gonna keep throwing more stuff on the screen here. Still about meme coins. Beanie's saying here, it's interesting, saying it's just a coincidence we haven't had a 7-figure Cabal winner for a couple of weeks, right? Is it a coincidence that since Libra and since like Jakey, I'm not saying Jakey moves markets, but since the Cabal guys kind of disappeared, since the Libra stuff got exposed, insider trading shit, and it, actually what he's referencing is probably even deeper. It's like that Meteora, Jupiter may be involved too. Is it just a coincidence that we're not seeing these crazy runners, even if we are seeing some wins in meme coins, but we're not seeing what we were? So coincidence, Or is that evidence that these guys really were driving this market? They really were manipulating the shit, and now they just stopped.
They were manipulating it to some extent. There's no doubt that FNFs were manipulating specific tokens, but at the same time, it's a combination of things. There are a lot of 7-figure runners and 8-figure runners and 9-figure runners that people said manipulation, this, that. But if you actually looked into it and went on chain, you realize it's a combination of volume stalkers, bots following similar criteria, mindshare being obvious to everybody, like, you know, those types of plays like Trump and whatever. Obviously funny or notable narratives, the flavor of the day, you know, maybe it's a Nazi coins that day or whatever. Don't forget whale watchers, wallet tracking, and a ton of other factors, like very scarce days like recently, where there's only very few coins to pump up. And that's why you see things like Collat and all these other coins pump up to multiple millions, like Angler and all these other coins recently, which are doing extremely well in the face of a horrible market. But that's because naturally all these traders that you guys speak about, the high level ones, they are volume stalkers. They have bots and snipers following the exact same criteria because it's the smartest criteria. That's just the way it is, right? There's no you know, like, why does arbitrage exist? Because people understand that the price here is higher, price here is lower, therefore they're going to do it right away. And once that starts happening and bots start to realize it, everyone piles in until eventually it's not worth it anymore. It's the same thing here with memes, where there's a combination of all these things that lead up to looking like, oh yeah, it's manipulated. But no, what really happened was a lot of bots and copy traders and this and that. There's a huge combination of factors which lead to these quote unquote coincidences, when really they're not coincidences at all. It's just a matter of utilizing the smartest metrics to utilize, and then people falling in line with each other based off of understanding that, hey, if Kobe's buying this and this guy's buying this, my wallet tracker hit 8 times. Why? Because Kobe bought, because Frank bought, and Frank bought because this guy bought, and this guy bought because, and all of a sudden it becomes a whole thing and looks like manipulation, but it's not. It's just a matter of these programs running on Solana and bots and stuff like that. And then don't forget, there's, of course, the farmers on protocols like Meteora and all these other places trying to make sure that the fees and volume are being kept up to snuff to catch other bots and people and hit those metrics.
Is it wrong, dude, that I like the game? Like, a big part of me respects the game that these guys played. Yeah, I know it's like fucking, there's some fuckery, but there's a skill involved there too. You know what I mean?
They see them as milestones. That's the way they see them. They see them as like, we have to hit this milestone because X bots from this and this and this area will be sniping it on migration. Or if we hit this metric in this amount of time, we know that all the migration bots will hit right here and then. Or vice versa, like 100 other things, though. There's so many factors. It's not fair to say that every single one of these coins was manipulated when it's not the truth. Very few were manipulated, like Ponky and a few others. But those were very clear. It was an FNF, or it was large groups of whales. But typically, these whales are dumping and jumping in on coins with each other regardless, based on trackers and all this other stuff that they're using.
What do you consider manipulation? Because I want to lean into that a little bit if you believe that very few of them were. Like, I'm curious, because I don't know. I feel like there were, and I'm talking maybe more of... even which ones would I pick out? I don't know if I have specifics. It felt very manipulated to me, and we saw that maybe in holder counts was like the most obvious thing, where like trading meme coins, and I'm newer to meme coins. Like, I only really started paying attention to them probably like July, August. So I paid attention loosely before, but July, August is where I started trading, and holder count is one of those things I learned to pay attention to, and you got to, kind of make note of. And then out of nowhere, we started getting to where these tokens would get up to many, many tens of thousands of holders and then hundreds of thousands, and it happened so quick. So either that was adoption or that was fuckery, and I definitely think, based off of other people who I know this shit well, this is bots. This is, kind of like, automated trading spread across wallets. So I don't know, but yeah, how do you define the manipulated trading, and how big or little do you think that really was?
Well, there's a lot to unpack there, but first and foremost, most of Solana trading is done by hand. It's completely false to say that most of Solana's trading is done by bots. That's simply not true. You can look at the metrics from aggregators like Jupiter and whatnot, and they'll show you right off the bat. But besides that, your question was, sorry, you were asking me, what did you say?
It was two things, like kind of just general. Because you said you don't think there was many. There was a lot of manipulation. So I'm curious how much you think, and then also like, yeah, how you even quantify that or qualify what's manipulated.
Very simple. Manipulation. So this is the thing, right? Would you consider manipulation somebody who dumps on copy traders?
No.
Would you consider manipulation a stop hunter who hunts out stop losses all day and manipulates the price of Solana and Bitcoin? Although it's called manipulating the price, right? I don't believe that's the manipulation we speak about.
I'll give you mine real quick just to help with this. So I think manipulating is like the fake wallets, and we're talking in the, many thousands, and then just, kind of like wash trading, like fake volume too. I think that's manipulation.
Then, to that logic, cybeling is also then manipulation. Yes. That's incorrect in my belief.
To a degree.
My belief is very simple. It's unless you are doing something maliciously with the intent of that being your sole profit, right? Then that's manipulation. But if you're just making money because you're smarter than other people and you have a method that works for you, there's nothing wrong with that in my eyes.
But by the way, I didn't say anything wrong too. It's more like just still, is it, do we count it? Do we call it manipulation? Which, I mean, that's it's a weird term, right? It's like, it's a game. So play the game by whatever your rules.
I believe manipulation is malicious and it's destructive and intentionally destructive.
I don't think it has to be. But hang on. I don't think it has to be. Manipulation is just manipulating, right? Like, I don't think it has to be destructive, right? I think it's just like artificial. You know what I mean? Like artificially whatever.
In my view, it has to be destructive because just because you have artificial volume means nothing, right? I mean, it literally means nothing. All it means is that a few wallets chucked in a bunch of money. But really, are you wrong for that? If I take 10 wallets and I buy 0.1 of a coin, does it really make a difference whether I bought it with 10 wallets or one wallet? Sure, it's more open and transparent to the rest of people, but I have no obligation to do that. I have no obligation to be transparent with my wallet to the world. Why should I? They don't even know there's no obligation of a person to strictly adhere to any set of rules in crypto. That's the whole point of decentralization. You are allowed to do whatever you want. It is up to the security of the protocol to keep you from doing malicious actions, right? But other than that, this is a decentralized, free market. You cannot stop people from doing what is profitable for them and call it manipulation if really it is not a malicious act. Because manipulation implies that that person has a malicious intent. Manipulation that just changes price or makes a metric false or not doesn't really change much, right? The asset in and of itself isn't really, you're not lying to anybody is what I'm saying, right? Manipulation implies that there's some sort of farce, some sort of fraud, some sort of scam, some sort of malicious act, right? But that's not the case. It doesn't exist in these cases. Sure, in some cases it does. But in the case where you're speaking about copy traders or even talking about meme coin traders, a lot of these people piled in on their own volition with no real convincing, right? A lot of people said, hey, it's a cute dog, I just want it. That's on them. That is not the fault of anybody moving price up or down. If they move price up and you're enticed by that price increase, that's on you. As an investor, you need to know, is this an asset worth me buying at this price?
Smokey, hang on. Let me throw in here real quick too, because I get your take. I actually agree with all of it. Definition of manipulation, though, because I want to get your answer on a very specific thing. Definition of manipulation is nothing about intent. It's just the action of manipulating something in a skillful manner. The action of manipulating someone in a clever or unscrupulous way. I don't think manipulation has to mean like anything negative, right? But what I'm curious is how much of maybe the Solana meme coin ecosystem do you think was that just played more in an automated autonomous. It doesn't even have to be autonomous, but in this like anonymous, manipulative way. Again, it doesn't have to be that it is bad exactly, but how much of it is like fake, phony, whatever. That's what I'm really curious.
As I said, a lot of major winners did have some heavy manipulation. There's no doubt about it. We saw Arthur Hayes do a bunch of those. We saw a bunch of other people do a whole shitload of these. We saw examples like Ponky, and that it does exist. It's not that it doesn't exist. It's crazy to say that it's never happened. For sure it's happened, but that was with malicious intent. The only intent was to take your money. There was no intent behind anything else where it was like, oh yeah, we're going to actually run the projects. We're just selling some to cover costs. No, they were literally intentionally manipulating the volume and the price to attract people to dump on them. That's manipulation, because now you have convinced somebody, you have manipulated them, right? But if you are doing no convincing and you're just trading and moving price and market cap, that has nothing to do with anything, especially since you're not part of the team. If you're part of the team, that is malicious manipulation, because it's clear that is your source of revenue. But if you're just an individual trying to trade the assets, that's just making money as an individual should, right? You have no obligation to that coin. So there's nothing wrong with that. The price of Bitcoin gets manipulated all day, every day, right? But that's not as malicious, because it's not that they're just dumping on you so that they could take the cash and run away. No, they are trading like good traders should, taking profits, buying back, doing what's necessary as a trader who wakes up every morning 9 to 5 trading. I concur that that is a normal and 100% acceptable thing to do.
Marty Party might say otherwise. I love his shit, by the way. Do you like Marty?
I love Marty. Marty's great. And I think that James is great too. And I think that, you know, all those guys are brilliant, brilliant people. And it's hard to argue with them, because I'm an idiot compared to Marty. So if Marty says something like that, he's thousands of times smarter than me. So listen to him. He's smart. But at the same time, I'm allowed my own personal opinion. And I think this is where I stand, because at the end of the day, manipulation is only manipulation if somebody's being fooled, right? Why would you manipulate somebody into the truth? You wouldn't, right? You'd only manipulate them if you were trying to somehow pull the wool over their eyes in some aspect. If you're not, and I have no connection to you, I've never spoken to you, I never bull posted anything, nothing like that, then what connection do I have to you as an investor who invested on his own free will? That's your fault, not mine. Right? I'm an investor making my money. You're an investor making your money. If you lose money because I'm a better trader, that's on you. That's competition. That's how it works. But vice versa, if I'm part of the team or have some sort of insider information and I'm fooling people to dump it on their heads, then yeah, that's manipulation. That's my definition.
I like it. Fucking Luna is such a goddamn degen. He DM'd me a ticker he's in. I'm not trading shit these days, but dude, it's fun to see if there's some runners, and I know there is, by the way. Like even this talk about meme coins being dead, and I got a couple other things to throw on the screen here. There's like, man, maybe there's something a little more pure going on. I don't know. That's probably pretty stupid to say, but like even Easy said, he feels like there's been a reset. He's actually having a lot of success in the trenches, and it's like, we're not seeing the highs that we saw before, but we're definitely seeing runners. There's still ways to win in the trenches here. So I'm watching this tiny little micro cap token, 100K market cap, ticker's 280. It's just fun to see, dude. I'll say this: it's just fun to see anybody win on anything right now. Luna, if you're still in, I'm rooting for you, man. I'm rooting for you hard with this. Let me put up on the screen here too. Also, again, Musty, if you're still there, just jump in whenevs. Hang on. Beanie take, or am I done with the beanie takes? Yeah, it's still beanie. It was the easy stuff. I like, look, again, I'm just questioning this stuff out loud. It's still about the, maybe manipulation, maybe different, maybe insider trading, and Beanie's point of when these guys are out, Hang on, Andrew's giving you some flowers here, I think. Hang on. Who's the lad talking right? So talking right now. That's what FGXS or whatever. Smokey. That's who's
Yeah, you can
talking.
call me Smokey.
Andrew says, "Love the energy." I bet his wife is like mine, who doesn't want to hear anything more about crypto, dude. You know what? I bet all of our wives, husbands, whatever, a fucking. Dude, okay, tell me it's not the coolest though when they actually here and there throw some like crypto knowledge your way. Because like they pick it up, they get it, they do, and I bet they sound like a fucking alien when they talk to their friends, right? They're picking up the shit we're saying, man. It's pretty cool. I think it's cool. Okay, yeah, Beanie's saying these guys. Funny part is none of these people are actually good traders. None of a history of trading success outside of the insider meta. How do you go from being a broke ass loser to making millions? And then Beanie's saying, and I don't know if he's right about this, but Beanie's saying, look, I tried at the trenches too, and I was like 0 for 100. And Beanie's, I would assume a good trader. I just would assume he's a good trader, and he's like knowledgeable, and he probably gets some insider shit too. But he's not winning on this shit. And when he says that, I'm like, dude, that's interesting. And I also know memes are a different game. Just because you're good at trading maybe majors and maybe NFTs does not translate to good at NFTs. Like, it is a different game and it is a skill. Still, it's interesting. And then Easy replies to that saying, you're talking 7-figure P&L or 7-figure market cap? Because here's Easy's point. Trenches have been quieter but prefers this market, and that he's actually doing well. I think he mentions that in here. Yeah, feels like it's back to its roots pre-AI meta, which is when I got in. And where I'm glad I got in because I can compare it to where it went, but it did feel different, felt a little more organic, and maybe it wasn't. But pre-AI meta, which is where he found the most success, and man, he's finding it now, which is cool. I might recommend too, guys, that it's probably time, if you unplugged, it's probably time to plug back in. I just feel like that vibe shift a little bit. It's probably time to plug back into the memes because I think they're coming back too. Don't shoot me, guys, but I think it's coming back.
Don't forget, just a few days ago, we had that Doge AI coin, right? Right now, that's sitting at 53 mil. It was 28 just a few days
53, goddamn. Yeah, I think we're still capable. I think the only thing that needs to happen is the broader crypto community or like the crypto Twitter community did get wrecked. I think people just got to win again. That OpenSea airdrop might do something special. And I know people will be careful too. I know people will be a little more careful, but the second you get a win and then you think the wins keep coming, I'm sorry, I think we're right back to where we were. I think we're right back to fucking degening into anything and everything, hoping you get a little baby 2x, which is nothing in crypto. It's not in the meme coin shit. A 2x is nothing. I think we get right back to that. Marty, good to see you, man. Who's on the phone? This is Smokey. Fucking awesome Smokey here. Chatting. Musty's on stage. Marty, dude, you can come up too. I got a Spaces rocking right now. All you guys, by the way, welcome to come up on Spaces and shoot the shit. Still talking memes, still talking some market shit confusion. I still am waiting for your ass to get up here, by the way. Yeah. Is Christian Jensen here still? I don't think so, but I hope. Let me scan the chat real quick. Any final thoughts too on memes, Smokey?
I think I'm pretty much I've explained my position pretty well. I think just overall for anybody else just looking at memes, remember that you don't have to take every meme that comes your way. And I think that's something that if there's anything I could tell anybody about memes, it's that you don't need to take every meme that comes your way, because just one traded properly can do very, very well for you. It's just about knowing that you're not going to get rubbed. And beyond that, it's understanding the project, the dev, and really, if you're just one guy who's not so crypto savvy and you just study one or two coins that aren't rugs, you know what I mean? Typically, you'll do pretty okay, regardless of what happens. I mean, generally, I would say, though, that don't lose sight of the fact that you don't have to enter every single coin. Remember that.
I love it, dude. Thank you for sharing all that, too. It's great hearing the different perspectives. I think we agree on most of this, by the way. I just dropped the price of the Claire Silver piece. I heard back from Jay Squiggle. And, okay, so Jay Squiggle's general take is kind of what I was thinking yesterday, and most of us, like, it probably makes sense to be in the Pudgy ecosystem. And that's not a comment on Claire Silver. Her shit, I know, is going to cook. And I think he thinks the same. But I think it makes sense to get that little Pudgy and get in that ecosystem and maybe get Luca Netz's ass on this show, which would be really cool. So I'm lowering that. It's not for you guys. I'm just kind of sharing this because maybe like it's a cool milestone if we by a little pudgy on stream. Okay, so that's dropped. I hope that happens. Oh yeah, okay, Christian is here. Okay, so Christian, this is what I wanted to throw your way. Zero Hedge tweeted this out yesterday. People kind of saying this is a little like quantitative easing, and I don't, you know me, dude. I don't know. This is like treasury cash, which I think my understanding of this is we've got this big old pool of money that we inject into the market when the market needs it. And that usually is very good for speculative assets. I don't know if you can even throw some thoughts in the chat, Christian, but 170 billion moved out of our TGA. I'm trying to remember what that stands for, but maybe kind of moved from, like, let's think of it like a savings account, moved from a savings account to somewhere else, like more liquid into the market. Again, it's really probably a stupid way of explaining it, but people are looking at this as like something very, very bullish. This is the most maybe injections, most cash moved out of the TGA since COVID. So I'm going to see what Christian has to say about that. And Smokey, if you got any thoughts, if you're familiar with this too, weigh in. But maybe fucking A, dude. I'm looking for any signs of life. That's what I'm looking for. M2 is something we keep watching too, and I'll actually put this up. More analysis out there that global money supply is actually moving in the direction we need here too. This Colin guy I like, actually. He's got some good takes. Also, we've looked at all kinds of different charts. Go ahead, Smokey.
I actually just wanted to add quickly that, you know, Circle's been minting a hell of a lot of USDC on Solana.
Dude, yes.
Like just 20 hours ago, they minted 250 million USDC on Solana, right? I mean, since January 1st, Circle has minted 8.75 billion USDC since January 1st, 2025. So it's very, 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 very clear that there is going to be more money in here, regardless of what's happening with like all this quantitative easing, quote unquote. I mean, you can look at it from a fact of Solana DEX volume has been over 100 billion monthly DEX volume, higher than every other chain pretty much combined even, right? So you have to understand that with ETF and Fire Dancer hype and all this other stuff, you're going to be looking at a massive amount of money, right? Massive amount of money that's going to be in this space. And I mean, if you like Marty, you'll notice Marty was posting about that 250 mil USDC too. And that's not going to stop. That's actually going to get much, much, much more intense as the days go on. And with that injection of cash, I expect it to float a lot more boats.
I need it, man. We need it. Christian gave some thoughts here, and I love this. Christian's saying, yeah, I think that supports the thesis that stimulus is coming because the U.S. economy is showing signs of slowing down. Like going back to the very beginning, showing like ETH Denver's not a great example of that, but still ETH Denver a little bit. But like that video, if you guys saw of Vegas, Ansem tweeted this out or retweeted it, like a video of the Las Vegas Strip, and it's dead. It's dead, and this is interesting that that, like Ansem's point, nightlife, seeing how active people are. It's really just seeing if people are spending and having a good time, and it's fucking dead out there. So Christian just saying that the economy's showing signs of slowing down. That is a way you kind of see it. It does impact like how spendy people are. If they don't think kind of like us guys and degening into crypto, if you don't think you got more money coming, you're not going to spend on the like luxury stuff or whatever you call that, right? You're not going to go be wasteful if you don't think there's more coming. And then Christian continues, because inflation has come or is coming down towards target as well, there's maybe room to cut rates and stimulate. I like that. And then China's become yes, that's awesome. China began some massive stimulus as well. What was it, like 50 bill? And that's apparently just the start. And then I saw thoughts that, the United States typically is going to maybe not match, but usually if China's going to do it, we're going to do it too. So maybe some stimmies coming in a few different ways.
Don't be fooled by that, though. The money supply of China rising by that massive amount wasn't because
that was
of stimulus.
fuckery. No, that was fuckery.
I was about to say.
But separately, they did actually inject 50 bill. It was a separate thing. So I saw that where they kind of changed the way they calculated their money supply, and it looked like it doubled overnight, which was not real. But separately, there was an announcement of a $50 billion stimulus, and then that was, again, over the next 10 years, that was like just the start, which is pretty fucking exciting depending on how real it is. And again, I don't know shit about that stuff.
I think it was just for better optics because they realized that that number is going to continue, unfortunately waning, because, they obviously can't print that much money without massively devaluing it. So
I need to dive into memes on Abstract. Lil Leon, I love this little dude, but showing us that some memes on Abstract are hot. Chengu up 80%, Newt up 37%, Abster up 83%. I don't know. I mean, I definitely want to keep an eye because look, I saw Hyperliquid cooking and I waited so long and I didn't get in and I'm still not in and I wish I did. And especially something like the Hypeo NFTs didn't get in and it was very clear they were going and I want to not be that guy who just sits and watches and then never is bold enough to get in. I don't want to make that mistake with meme coins on Abstract. I don't want to make that mistake with what's going on Sonic. I don't know. What's tricky is I don't know if it's just the influencers, doing the influencer game or if it really is looking spicy over there. I think Sonic is seeming spicy. So same in that ecosystem. And then Barachain looks like it's starting to pick up steam too. Like it's interesting that these other chains are starting to get a little more attractive. Do you play in that shit, Smokey?
It all comes down to the functionality of it. And I believe, as I told you, that if you're buying a coin, you should be using it for what it's meant for because that's the most profitable way to handle it. So if I bought Sonic, I would only buy it if I had the intentions of utilizing DeFi and all the other things that make Sonic Sonic, right? And same for Abstract. If I was streaming and I was interested in that kind of thing, then of course, there's no doubt about it, I would be using it. But I am currently not because those aren't my industries per se and not my expertise. So I really try to stay in my lane and stick with what I'm best at. And those things, unfortunately, I'm not best at those things. DeFi, I'm very familiar with. And so Sonic is on the board for me, but I'm not willing to extend too far out the risk curve at the moment as I'm trying to conserve some money as I go along by playing things that I'm confident in, that I know how to manage, that I have contingencies for, and that I can, faithfully hold, understanding what I understand about them.
What's cool too is like there's so many, dude. It just speaks to how big the space is and how much money like really is here. Like, man, it's like pick your specialty and pick the thing that you're like an expert in, and you can just stick to that and you can usually do very well. It's in a way it's maybe decent advice to like just become as much of an expert as you can be in like a thing and know that inside and out and out trade everybody else in that space as opposed to trying to just chase everything. There's something to that. There's
so
definitely
this
something.
Is probably my worst take, and everybody hates that I say this, but this is how I truly feel about that. I think that you don't need more than one coin to really make it if you actually are a good trader. Most traders, you don't need to have this crazy diversified portfolio of like 100 different coins. You just need to know your industry well enough to know when to put a call, when to put a put, and when to weigh that, and how much to weigh that against your spot holdings so that you can actually have math working for you. I made most of my money in TradFi doing something called covered calls.
Smokey, your audio just got fucking weird. Is that just for me, guys? Like, can barely hear you. You sound like you're 5 rooms away.
Sorry, is this a little better?
No, but it might be me. You guys, do you hear that too?
Shit.
It,
Give me one second.
yeah, let me just see
It
what.
sounds like your headphones died and now you're talking through your phone
There
or
you go.
something.
Yeah, Musty, you're fucking there, buddy.
Sorry, is this a little bit better? Fuck.
It's terrible, bro.
Oh god, give me a second.
Yeah. Yep. Musty, do you have any general thoughts on like any and all of that?
Yeah, rotate to Ethereum, fuck Solana. We need Mog, Pepe, and other things to pump.
Love you, dude. Oh, I like it a lot. Clemente getting into Sonic, buying some NFTs over there. We had, I can't remember who in the chat, maybe it was John, but shouting out in the chat that Unichain NFT, the little unicorn things, like there's some good shit out there. It's really interesting shit. Also, guys, for the past, 10, 20 minutes, thank you guys for the Pangu. You guys are very fucking nice and generous. Appreciate it. CryptoPunks, I did want to touch on that. Let me find real quick. But a whole bunch of big bids on CryptoPunks. And we did see like some sold, right? We saw that 8 punk sale. We saw these like massive fucking bids on some alien punks, like a $15 million bid on this. I think it was like a $20 million bid on another. Altogether, there were like 4 or 5 punks that got a total of like 125 million in bids. It's bullshit. It was bullshit.
I think it was like some LARP or something. I don't know. Garga tweeted something that it's like some guy spoofing bids or something like that.
Yeah, it's
I don't
even
know.
getting a little sillier than that. It's exactly that. It's somebody built a tool to basically anybody can use this tool now to do these flash loans, which the flash loans are basically these bullshit things. It's just for chaos. Like it's purely for chaos. Basically, it's like you take a loan and you repay it in the same block, like literally at the same time. It's just to like, I don't even know the purpose of it other than just for a story, for a headline. Just it's going to catch attention because it's going to look on chain like that happened. But like, so that's not real. Nobody could accept that offer. Doesn't matter how quick you are. You can't accept an offer for this, 8,888 ETH. It's not really there. But again, everyone will pick it up and it'll show as of now on a marketplace like OpenSea or Magic Eden. It'll look like it's there and it just like muddies shit up. It's just, I kind of think it's kind of punk rock, just like fucking with things just to fuck with things. I like that stuff. Here is boom. Here's the flash loan tweet. So this dude, beautiful NFTs. There you go. Punk community. I ran another experiment on the CryptoPunks marketplace contract. We built something called the Flash Loans, Punk Flash Loan Bid Tool, allowing anyone to make a flash loan bid on an individual or multiple punks. In this case, we placed bids on every single alien punk. Again, it was like 125 million bucks worth, which is insane. Why? Like fucking why? And also, I say why not? But that's what's going on there. It's not real. Welcome back, Smokey.
Yeah, apologies. Sorry about that. Can you hear me better?
Yeah, you're good.
Amazing. I forgot what I was saying, but yeah.
Fuck, what were we? Just sticking to ecosystem, and I actually agree with you. I completely agree. I think there's that much opportunity out there in each ecosystem that I think if you pick one chain, one token, and just live in that ecosystem, or even just trade that one token, and you're smart about it, and you can do very well, probably better than just chasing everything.
Oh yeah, and so that's the take that everyone hates about me, is that I believe if you're a good investor, diversification is dead. I believe that for a good investor, you should find an industry that you're good at. For me in TradFi, it was always energy. I really like energy stocks and I really like technology stocks. So that's what I specialized in. And when the market was going down, I was ready with my puts. And then when the market stopped going down, I cashed out my puts and I basically put it towards buying more stock, or sometimes I'd put a call depending on the situation. Tesla has been a great example of that for me, where I've only been trading Tesla for the past few months, but it's been giving me the volatility I need. Therefore, the money's there. The only reason why you should move on from an asset inside of your industry is because the volatility isn't there. But if the volatility is there, it's a trader's heaven.
That's what you want, isn't it? Like even now, if we're looking at crypto and like Bitcoin, whatever, like the chaos, like the volatility, like you're saying, it's what you want. If we're just like if we're flat and nothing's happening in low volume, like like the guys we need to make money that then trickles to us, they're not really making it. Volatility is exactly what you want, man. So in a way, this is probably a really great time. At least it's a setup for something great.
And utilizing these different methodologies, which are obviously more advanced, like shorting and longing and stuff like that, these are stepping stones that you take to becoming a better trader overall. But the idea always remains the same, of making sure you understand how to spot a low and how to spot a high. It doesn't really matter what you're doing per se, it's just whether the risks are higher or lower. So you can trade spot SOL for a long time until you ever actually touch leverage, right? Or maybe you don't even need to touch leverage. Maybe your strategy doesn't fit that. I know lots of people who do borrowing and lending strats, where they'll just lend and borrow at opportune times and take that premium as their profit. And they make a lot of money doing that. So as long as you find a niche that fits what you're good at and fits what you have knowledge of or are able to study, then you'll do very, very well, right? I would never, ever, ever tell somebody who knows nothing about AI and nothing about technology to buy Tau, right? Because that's retarded. The guy's going to be completely out of his depths, and he's going to need to learn 20 years worth of stuff to catch up. So it's not worth it for this individual, right? Depending on the person and what they're best at and all this other stuff can be a huge factor to what asset they're going to actually end up in, right? And it doesn't matter what the asset is. Could be DPIN, could be whatever. It doesn't even matter what chain it's on. All that matters is that you understand that asset in and out. You get its price movements, you know why it pumps and why it dumps, and that's it. Outside of that, I don't believe a good investor needs to have 150 coins and $10 in each one because he's not sure which is going to do well. That's a bad investor by definition in my eyes.
Okay.
Wait, let me just say, so I mean, it just depends on how you're playing, right? My richest friends who are all 7-figure players all own like 13, 16, maybe even 20 different altcoins, right? Across the board. Not memes, but like actual coins, right? You know, Sonic, all this other shit, right? Tau, whatever, right? But for most people that don't have that kind of money, 100%, I think one of the worst decisions I made over the last year or two was putting too much money into coins, like DCAing coins that I like, basically to oblivion. And I do agree. I do believe that some of them will come back. You know, like I'm very confident in Beam and all this other shit, right? But there are a couple things that are kind of that I look at my port and I'm like, yeah, I shouldn't have done this. I should have just consolidated into like the 3 or 4 winners that I do like, right? And then if you want to play one coin, I don't know if that's the best strategy, but it can be the best. Like it does work for some people. For me, I'm too scatterbrained, so for me, I wish I consolidated into smaller. But yeah, like I have a homie who has a homie, and he only trades ETH, like just long and short ETH. That's all he does. My other homie's homie only plays Tesla. Like so, things like this do work for people.
Guys, I'm stepping
being
away for
spread
like
out-
30, 60
yeah.
seconds, so be right back. But
Okay.
keep going.
But being spread out forever is just not, or being spread out on every coin and having $100 here and 20, like that's just, it's a losing strategy.
Yeah, and not only that, I think that people have to recognize that, you know, your allocation, your situation, your risk tolerance, all these things are going to be affected by a humongous amount of factors. So there is no recipe that me, Musty, Huda, or anyone can really give you and just say, boom, you're going to print. It's more about, right? Because we can't click the button for you. We can't be there the moments that you're going to need that knowledge most. You're going to have to fend for yourself. And to me, that means that the person is going to have some knowledge that most people don't have about X industry or token. And that's what I mean by find your niche, because in your niche will be your edge always, right? If you know a ton about Pokemon or whatever, and then a Pokemon game comes out, you're going to kick the shit out of anyone who's never played Pokemon before because you know everything. You know all the monsters, you know what types they are, and all this stuff. So you're significantly at an advantage while that game has just came out. Eventually, people will catch up to you and you'll lose your edge because the game will be out for so long. And that's naturally how this goes. The longer a trade or an opportunity exists, the more capitalized on it gets, which thus shrinks the opportunity. And that's kind of what I see when I'm looking at this entire market and when I'm looking at these decisions, whether to diversify or not diversify. It depends on you as a human being. And as you said, if you have multi-millions of dollars, then maybe you're not comfortable putting all of that on, I don't know, FWOG or Radium. So yeah, spreading it out might be a smarter decision. But what is that? That is defensive action, wealth preservation, not accumulation. There's a very, very, very big difference between the two. In wealth preservation, most people are just looking to hold their value. And that's what Bitcoin is, a store of value. If Solana was a store of value that's just faster, cheaper, better, why wouldn't it be multiple trillions of market caps? The answer is simple. It's not a store of value. It is not meant to be a store of value. It was never created to be a store of value. So if you store your value in Solana, obviously it's a retard move, right? But at the same time, there's a functionable strategy that could make that work if you're the type of individual who can understand or feels comfortable in that niche, right? I know friends who only airdrop farm. That's the only thing they do. They don't trade, they don't do nothing, just airdrop farming purely. But in airdrop farming, they're LP providing, they're touching different chains, they're using protocols, leverage trading sometimes, and all sorts of other things. So, as an airdrop farmer, if you just want to farm airdrops, that might require more than just a deposit somewhere and that's it. So if you don't have the skills to leverage trade to do all this stuff, then of course it's going to be net negative for you to try, trading on Hyperliquid just for the airdrop. Duh, you're going to lose a shitload of money. So you need to figure out what works for you, why it works, how it works. And once you have that niche for yourself that you're comfortable in, you really only need a couple winners. Even if it's just an industry leader, look at what's going on around you. Industry leaders are only prominent if you understand the industry, right? So if you're in the game of liquidity provision, it is extremely easy to immediately see the top players in that. So if you're looking at DeFi and you're thinking, what coins do I want in DeFi? Already the answers jump out at you right away. Camino, Radium, Orca, all this stuff becomes obvious. And then you look at them and you see what's the top market cap, top volume, blah, 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 blah. Very quickly, you'll pick up on who's the industry leader, who's the runner up, who's the underdog. And bing, 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 you all of a sudden have more information than anyone else in the industry, right? And it's just because you had an interest, you had a niche, you capitalized on your knowledge and advantage in that niche, and now you're going to be making money with an effective strategy that you back tested. That is proper entry and exit into something that I believe investors should do, which could keep them away from over diversifying. Although diversifying is a useful tool, it's not something that you abuse. You wouldn't hammer in a nail with a screwdriver, would you? So in the same case and in the same vein here, it's to understand the usage of your tool and to use the right tool at the right time without abusing it. Dear God, I feel bad for you guys having to listen to all that.
Well, I didn't, but I'm back now. So thank God I missed. No, I'm kidding. I love it, dude. I do. I don't know if I'm like in the middle of your guys like an exchange, but I got up on the screen here something that caught my eye yesterday, which is some dude going long, I think on leverage. I think this is on Liquidium, but $92 million in ETH, $26 million in Bitcoin. Yeah, 50x leverage. Liquidated if price drops 1.5%. That's fucking some degeneracy. But also, I think it's pretty obvious, and people dropped it in the replies. This is somebody. There's this whole other class of trader. There just is. We're playing a different game from the big guys. But he's probably got to trade on the opposite side of this too. So he's probably gonna make a whole hell of a lot less. But he's playing that if it goes up, he makes money. If it goes down, he makes money or loses less. Basically, that's the play here. But still, that shit catches my eyes. I was hoping it was just a bet on what's coming. You know what I was hoping? I think it was Sunday, we saw somebody who dropped 2 CryptoPunks on the floor, actually sold them under floor, and then immediately went and shorted, I think it was Bitcoin. I think he shorted Bitcoin, and then we saw how last week played out. So I was hoping this is somebody with a little insider scoop on maybe some news coming this week. It probably isn't. Did you guys see that, though? Like this fucking, what is that, $120 million bet? Something like that. Goddamn. Some guys got so much money, dude. There's so much money out there.
Yeah, bro. These guys, bro. This is Web3 and all. Bro, this shit is a joke compared to the money that people have. This shit is literally a joke, bro. Any 7-figure player, any cooker, any of these guys that have 7-8 figures, they're fucking shrimp to actual DeFi whales, bro.
Yep, dude, it's nuts. By the way, Musty, random, but any word on Steady Teddies and like, any updates when that shit's coming?
Should be, I think they're hinting at the 8th, which would be next Saturday, which Saturday mint is kind of weird to me because whatever, Web3 on the weekends is a little bit slower, but they can do whatever they want. So they made a tweet, their last tweet said 8888, which is the supply, and then it said 888, like 3 8s, I don't know what the fuck that means, and then 88, which is the price in dollars, and then and then the last thing was just 8. So I
Fuck.
think they're minting the 8th. Could be wrong, but yeah, it should be a good one.
Dude, I'm excited for that. They dropped actually something just 2 minutes ago here. Barachain to super. Oh, let me drop on the screen. Barachain to supercharge itself into the top 20 steady announcements incoming. Convert to TEDism. God damn, I hope it cooks, man. And dude, just seeing these alt chains or these other L2s or whatever, actually kind of coming to life has me excited for it. Like Barachain's looking kind of interesting all of a sudden. Super fucking degen, but looking kind of interesting. Yeah, are you playing over there? And how's Hyperliquid going for you with like Hypeos? Like how's all that going?
Yeah. Well, actually, perfect timing. 99 Silver's here. He's the resident money providing absolute degenerate on Barachain and on Sui. So if he wants to come up and talk about it, but yeah, on Barachain, I just flipped all the mints on there. So I have some Bear. I've just been like buying and selling Bear spot basically. And then Hyperliquid, bro. Hyperliquid's fun as fuck, man. I mean, I'm getting all this free money, holding a Hypeo, just get whitelist everything, get airdrops that are just cooking, more airdrops coming, just do nothing, bro. Just chill, just stack some hype by doing nothing.
Man, you're my kind of degen. I love it. I invited you up too, by the way. Was it 999? Oh, two. Cool shit. You're up. Good to meet you, man.
You as well. We spoke before, bub.
Different name or this name?
Yeah, this is his 9th account.
Yeah, are you the guy who's into Sui?
Oh fuck yeah.
Okay, yeah, we did speak. You're fucking awesome. Well, good to chat with you again. You're digging Barachain, huh?
Oh fuck yeah. The APRs, I mean, honestly, to me, it's one of the best Ponzi's that we're gonna see. I think in our Web3 histories. I could be wrong, but
I like that.
I think so.
Yeah, I like
and
that.
Musty,
too.
you really fuck it up just flipping NFTs. I'll tell you that much. Have you looked into any of the RFA allocations and stuff like that?
I'm coming back. Don't worry. I flipped all at the fucking, bullas and shit. I'm bidding bullas again today. I still have a THC. I have more than one Steady Teddy whitelist. Don't worry. We're cooking.
Man, okay, random. I told you, motherfuckers, respectfully, that Fantasy Top is awesome. I think. Actually, I'm curious your guys' thoughts on Fantasy Top. I like it, dude. I just like it. It made so much sense. All they had to do is keep the people who play it like fed well enough. Like the game's thing, it's fun. It makes sense. Fantasy sports meets shit posting. It just makes sense. It doesn't have to be big. This is something I had this conversation with Henry a lot. I'm like, it doesn't have to be big. It doesn't matter if we're playing it or not. It just has to do well. Like the numbers just need to add up. And here's Beanie went over to it. Finally, saying at first or at the beginning, I thought Fantasy Top was a dumb idea. Looks pretty genius now. Hero to zero is so real in crypto. Dude, it's funny because it incentivizes you to trade. It incentivizes you to be a talker too. Kind of like what's it called? Kato and what's that other new one? What's the quack thing called again? Whales or what the fuck is that one? Anyway, I like the incentivized tweeting and gamifying it. I think this is actually, I think Fantasy Top's legit. Also on Barachain now too, I think, right? Pretty sure.
They have something coming out. I forget what it's actually called, but yeah, there is something like that coming out.
Maybe, you know what? I think I was thinking of Monad. I think they went live on Monad and like some free to play tournaments and stuff. But
yeah, I saw them on testnet. They were on Monad.
Yeah. I think there's something with Fantasy Top, and I think even play wise, I think there's I mean, maybe that's a very obvious take, but I think there's plays there. Say again?
What's Monad?
Monad, another chain, yet another chain. That one who's got or did have like Thread Guy as their big KOL. I don't know if that's so good for them now. I still like the guy, but yeah, it's another chain that's in testnet right now, probably live in the next few weeks, I'm guessing, and it's got some hype. I think it's hard to tell what's real hype though, but.
Their main thing for Monad, sorry to interrupt, their main thing for Monad, though, is parallelization, which essentially means that, how crypto now works as a queue, where essentially your transaction will go in and then it'll have to wait in a queue until it goes through. With Monad, they can have parallel queues. So it's like, imagine you're waiting in line somewhere and then you all get packed into a doctor's office and got to wait till your transaction goes through. Instead of that, there's just multiple lines. So there's no need for you to go to the waiting
question for
rooms
you.
anymore.
If there's an L1 that does that already, why would I go to an L2?
It's a good question, and I'm not vouching for them. I don't think that they have any inherent advantage over other chains that already exist, especially since I know that it'll be impossible for it to catch up to Firedancer once we're hitting hundreds of thousands of transactions a second. So I don't think it's the greatest for those reasons, but the answer to your question is because the L1 you're referring to, which I believe is SEI, has many of its own flaws.
No. Sui builds completely laterally.
Oh, they also have
horizontally. Yeah.
Cool. I actually didn't know that. That's awesome. That's actually amazing. I'm a fan of Sui. I'm not like entirely a fan though, because we just overtook their metric, which was the only metric they beat us at, which was finality. But now that Solana crushes them in finality, it's not really something I was looking at. But by all means, Sui is a great coin, and I don't want to shit talk it at all.
Guys. Breaking news. I look for an excuse to play that, but actually breaking news. I think this is real, and it's fucking awesome. President Trump executive order on digital assets directed the presidential working group to move forward on a crypto strategic reserve that includes Ripple, Sol, and Cardano. Is that real? Fucking Cardano? Where's the mention of Bitcoin or any? I'm gonna double check if that's real. I'm gonna take back the breaking news.
That is real. I just got it now.
Damn.
I got it. I see Joe McCann talking about it, a couple other official sources that are pretty good and reliable.
Real.
We can see that this was posted on Truth Social, so we know that it's unlikely to be a Twitter hack or something like that.
Well, then,
I think it's legit.
Let's bring it back. Breaking news, guys. It's real. It's fucking real. Dude, oh boy. Is that enough to get us rocking again? I think it is.
No.
No? God damn it, dude.
No,
Just say
definitely
yes.
not.
Just say yes. Our bags need
I mean,
that.
yeah,
Thank
totally.
You. Thank you. Fucking thank you. No, maybe it's not. Like we don't really react to news like we used to. It sounds big.
No, full port. This is it. Full port here.
There we go. Hey, Bitcoin's up 3% in the past hour now. It's pretty interesting news. Okay, we'll say that at least. Fucking interesting. I think we expect it to. Maybe that's part of the problem, but shit, that was nice. All right, I interrupted you guys. Keep going if you had more about Sui and Monad and shit.
I think he dropped off. I don't know.
How many of 999's accounts do I need to follow?
No, he only has 2. Yeah, this one, the one that was just on, was banned for a while, so he made the other one, and then he got it back. So yeah,
nice. Cool. What were you about to say, or what were you saying there?
I was gonna say, is it retarded that I want to spend like pretty much all my Bitcoin on ordinals?
Dude,
retarded idea or not.
Did you do that on purpose? Are you just setting me up?
No, I don't own a lot of Bitcoin because, God, dude, Smokey's gonna fucking have a stroke if I say this, but I feel like I have almost no purpose to own Bitcoin at the moment. I'd rather just have things that'll make my bag go up faster than go buy Bitcoin later and, keep going bear market or some bullshit. But, yeah.
Dude, you're saying that about Sui too. I don't want to hear that.
Well, for what it's worth, I still think ordinals. There's plenty of great plays out there, I think, but I still think ordinals is like the easiest play out there, like the easiest with like tons of upside. It's literally just like kind of set it and forget it. And so if you got Bitcoin, like why not park it in ordinals that are you're gonna probably 2, 3, 5x your Bitcoin.
Yeah, they're just so down bad. It just feels like I should be buying. Like, that was kind of my new plan for everything. It's just like, I don't own this thing, and it's literally down at almost 0. Okay, here, I'll just spend some money on it, and just like 0 to 0 on it, essentially.
Dude, Puppet's 0.043. I mean, like like that and Node Monks. I swear to God, I'm gonna get this guy with the Node Monk. I can't wait. But you've heard my little drama story.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get him.
Here, what do I do, Huda? If I'm just gonna buy, let's say, one big thing and then whatever small things, whatever. Like, am I buying a floor OMB or am I buying a puppet?
You're buying a puppet.
Yeah, dude, it's a puppet. What are you, crazy? You're gonna get one of those OMB guards? No way. Unless you're getting the top eyes for fucking floor. Fuck that shit. Puppets all day. They're way cooler.
Puppet.
Musty, bro. You're buying an OMB and you're buying a puppet. There's literally nothing else. And also, Huda slammed. I've been on Anon. Wait.
What is going on?
Wait, dude.
As soon as I start talking puppets, Pete's
dude, I don't know who this Huda guy is, but I've been listening for the last 30 minutes while running some errands in fucking Brooklyn. I like this guy, bro. He's got some good fucking takes.
Thank you, dude.
I got steady. Yeah, dude. I got steady's fucking guaranteed whitelist, dude. I hope that shit retires my bloodline, brother.
Yep. Dude, I'm with you. I got mine through
Chain-
Kongs. They're fucking. I think they're legit.
Yeah, dude, Chain's crazy. I'm having a lot of fun over there. I don't know what providing liquidity even means or APR means, but I'm still having fun.
All right.
So I'm just clicking buttons.
You and I same fucking wave we're on here, man. I don't know what any of this means.
Ordinals, brother. As for ordinals and runes, honestly, I do think, like, I was buying puppets at $60.
Yep.
And I minted OMBs and like a whole 9 yards.
Dude.
There's like JPEGs don't make sense anywhere else
Dude.
except on Bitcoin.
Okay, so if you've not heard me talk, first off, it's great to meet you, and I fucking stream 7 days a week for the past year and a half. I don't tweet much, so most people don't know me, but dude, Ordinals is my biggest conviction play. Like, these fuckers who do tune in and listen, it's probably they think I'm insane, my predictions on Ordinals, but those top collections, OMB, Quantum Cast, Node Monks, Puppets, like Udi says, I'm there, I've been there. I think these are all 1-2 Bitcoin floor. Easy. Like, easy. I mean it with like every fucking fiber of my being. That's where it's going. And it could go higher if things get crazy, and they could get crazy. Like, that's the shit. That to me is the easiest plays out there. And like, and I don't think runes are dead. They might be. But also, I'm not selling because I think the potential upside, like, sell it now for nothing or hold it for that maybe chance that they 20, 30, 50, like, that chance is still there. I'm not convinced it's dead at all. So, dude, yeah. Always nice to meet a fellow Ordinal or Ordinal.
Something that's been bugging me for a long time, and I'm curious as an avid Ordinal and rune lover, but I just want to know, where do you think these buyers will come from? Do you think they're coming from other chains and you expect them to bridge over to buy them? Or are you looking at a whole new wave of buyer? Like, what is your target audience if you were the godfather of runes and ordinals? Like, what would be your target?
Is that a question for the space or just for Huda?
We'll do it. We'll do all of it. I'm just telling you, dude, it's
everybody.
Everyone. Everyone's going to have this come to Jesus moment and realize NFTs, look, maybe they're stupid, maybe they're not. I think they're fucking great. But if they're great, they're even better on Bitcoin. And everybody's going to realize that. Every NFT collector on every chain, and then all these normies out there that are all coming to crypto eventually, and especially these guys with those deep fucking pockets. There's no bigger, better flex than a Bitcoin collectible, and there's so fucking few of them. It's, to me, so easy obvious.
Yeah, dude, if Bitcoin cranks to 200K or 160, 150K, whatever it might be, and then it like flatlines for a little bit and stays not as volatile, dude, there's no reason why leveraged assets on the underlying chain aren't going to have a skyrocketing moment. And as for where the money is going to come from, I don't necessarily think it's an important thought to think about. The money came to ETH. The money came to Solana. Mad Lads were at a fucking 500 Solana floor. D-Gods were at a 700 fucking Solana floor. D-Gods were selling for 60 grand at one point. In my opinion, like, the money will just show up. It'll just be old ETH money, old Solana money, old Cardano money, whatever the fuck you want to consider it. They'll swap it to BTC to chase plays just like they did in 2021. Or they won't, and I'm sitting here holding a ridiculous bag of puppets and a ridiculous bag of OMBs for no reason. But that's okay. I'm still up on all of it.
Well, I was going to say that you probably got really cheap. Like, everybody who had that conviction early, like, people forget how like, dude, so much of this was free or, again, fucking dirt cheap. Like, people are not down like everyone's thinking. If you got, after the fact, maybe. But, man, the sky's the limit with that shit.
I got airdropped a median American house for free for holding a couple of puppets pre-halving.
Yes, sir.
Like it shit was obnoxious, bro. The money on BTC is fucking different. Like, it's actually, did I sell all of it? Fuck no. I sold like 1/3 of it because I thought it was going to go higher after the halving, but turns out that was not the case.
We're still about to hit that zone, aren't we? Like that after post-halving zone where things get great. Yes. By the way, Randall, I want to come back to the ordinal shit, but what is Runky? What the fuck is this? Like
meme coin on Ronin.
Tell me about it. Because these guys are...
It's just some bullshit.
Is it some bullshit?
Just some bullshit. The gaming cabal is going to show that all over your face. People are going to buy, and then they're going to exit, just like they do with all things in gaming.
I know the Kongs boys are in there, and I see Coco Bear posting or tweeting about it. And dude, I've seen it recently, but it's because that's who's kind of like all over my feed. But I think I got to dive in because I don't know. I think I need to get a little exposure to that because the boys seem hyped. Runky? Whatever the fuck it
I ain't
is.
touching that shit, bro. I ain't buying a meme coin on a chain made for gaming, bro. They can mix me with that one. You want to talk about manipulation dumpage? That's where it's at.
That's what I was wondering if it's a Ronin meme coin. I guess it is, right? Yeah. Anyway, okay, back to Ordinals. Oh, look at fucking Henry. Henry, if you're watching, dude, come up. Shout out fucking Henry the Great. Probably back from ETH Denver. Anyway, back to our Ordinals bags, which everybody should have bags. Hang on, is Pete still up here? Pete, what are your best conviction plays over there? And how high do you think it goes?
I think Pete's a listener. But I'm pretty sure Pete is a puppet. Like, okay, so quick story on Pete. Pete hates NFTs until puppets existed, basically.
Whoa.
So yeah.
I get it. They'll do that to people. Dude, I used to hate puppets. I don't know if you remember. I used to hate them. Like, and I don't hate much. But like, dude, I thought the I thought the meme was forced and like I don't think I liked it. There was something about it. I don't remember if it was the community I didn't vibe with. And then, you know what? It's Gizmo that changed me with it. It's like Gizmo that I got the fucking meme and I got the community and they're fucking, I love them now, dude. I love it. And now I wish I had a puppet and I'll get that eventually.
Yeah, holding Bitcoin's cool, but like, yeah, like Pete said, you just hold a leverage asset on the fucking thing. Like, puppets likely aren't going to, like, my thing with OMB and like my thing with a lot of things here is, okay, for example, somebody asked why Miladies have a higher floor price than Doodles the other day. I'm like, because they don't promise anything. They just do nothing. And puppets are the same way. Like, when you have when you own a project that does stuff, quote unquote, you're at the whim of what the founder and team do. And that's my one hesitation with OMB, even though it's $1,000 cheaper, is that you're at the whim of whatever ZK says one day, or if his account gets hacked or whatever, while puppets just do a whole lot of nothing.
Yep. Fuck, I love them. Anything else we need to touch on today? I feel like there's more going on. That strategic reserve thing got me a little hyped. But yeah, what else is happening up there?
It actually caused a massive move. I mean, I don't know if you guys realized, but Sol touched 163.76.
Oh no shit. Yeah, Bitcoin at 88K now.
Holy shit.
We're seeing serious reactions to this, and it's because the market's fiending a bottom, right?
Well, you know what?
We can clearly see that. Sorry.
No, go ahead. I'll come in right after you.
I was just going to mention that the strong low since like September has been 120, and that's held very solidly. And then on top of that, we see the fear zone indicator by Zellerman on TradingView very, very, very clearly indicated that this is the maximum amount of fear we have seen all the way back since like April or even September of like 2 years ago.
Dude, 22, I think it is. It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's nuts.
And what's crazy is if you look at the positioning of those fear gauges, usually it marks a serious bottom, and it's usually confirmed by a strong low, or otherwise better known as a hard support. And we can clearly see that 128 and 120 are extremely strong zones where it's bouncing off of, and it's clearly based on news. Because with the sentiment we had a few days ago, this would have gone all the way down. But with the consistently good news coming out, giving us a hope for the future, which is what the assets pivot to, as we've seen with the unlock coming up, people priced that in early, and that's where this dump came from, right? But on the actual day of it, it started pumping. And I think that in and of itself, coming into all this good news and all the stuff about to happen with ETFs being approved and all that, Fire Dancer. And so between technical upgrades, legal ramifications, all this other stuff, it seems really, really clear that this area of strength is extremely important. And if we break that 178, 177, 180 zone, we're home free to go back to all-time highs, I believe.
Dude, like, okay, I have not thought, to a degree, I haven't thought that the strategic reserve and all that stuff is priced in to, the market. To a degree it is, but like what I think has been going on here the past, month, couple months, whatever, it's been fucking weird in crypto. Everybody knows this. But I think what it is everybody thinks they know what's coming, or they do know what's coming, but nobody knows how to time this shit. And nobody knows how high it goes, because what's coming is possibly going to just like reshape the landscape of crypto. It is that big. The strategic reserve would be that big. And I think any comments like this from Trump, and I have the tweet up on the screen here still, maybe he's giving people that confidence that it's coming like sooner rather than later. In fact, maybe happens and is announced or maybe a little more formal at this summit coming up on Friday. This first ever crypto summit is it at the White House? Whatever. It's a very official crypto summit coming up. So maybe they're setting the stage with this tweet for what's coming, and maybe this is where the market, what the market needed to hear to get that confidence to like fucking full port this shit finally. Maybe finally.
I think that when you're looking at this, you have to understand that like a lot of other users and a lot of other people are going to be rallying around this, right? And the actual purchases and custody of that crypto are what's going to really start a landslide, especially where you have BlackRock picking up 2 to 3% IBIT of their portfolio, which is billions of dollars, by the way. And don't forget Charles Schwab and a bunch of other extremely reputable institutions which are getting into this. So if the government's going to start racing with them, of course competition's going to get high, and eventually, being that retail is going to enter in FOMO like no tomorrow, it'll leave us overvalued, which then we can gauge where the pullback will be into, which is typically fair value because of the theory of mean reversion and how that works.
Now I'm stressing about a little pudgy. Now I'm stressing a little. The market pumps, of course, these pump. I need to get in one. Literally, I'm fucking FOMOing live on stream, and I hate that, but I'm doing it. I need that clear silver to sell. God damn it. Okay, anything else, guys? Otherwise, I think we're gonna wrap here in a minute. Final words, parting words. Any big things we've missed here? Market's looking spicy all of a sudden, though, man. I'm excited for the week. Yeah, man, I think we're maybe good. Hang on, who's requesting?
Hey, dude, I'm just out walking my dog, so the wind is shitty. Basically, tomorrow there's a mint coming on SUI from ICA, which is a backbone infrastructure play. It's a whole different form of TGE and airdrop. Basically, you're going to be able to level up your NFTs, and the more SUI you stake to the NFT, the bigger the TGE and the airdrop becomes. So yeah.
What's it called? I want to throw it on the screen.
IKA. IKAXYZ.
Oh, got it.
Or,
okay.
Yeah.
I got it right up here. There we go. Handle IKA.XYZ. I think that's the one. Yeah, there you go. Launching on SUI. It's a token or it's an NFT?
It's an NFT, but it's for their token, basically to get around the legalities of TGEs and airdrops.
Ooh. I like that. I
Is
really
it public
like that.
mint or who can mint?
I think that some of it's public, a lot of whitelists, from what I understand. I'm pretty sure it's only one per wallet, but yeah.
Dude, I dig it. Thank you for putting that on the radar. Cool. Musty, any final words, man? Oh, actually, I'm sorry. Cairo, welcome. What's going on with you? Any cool shit out there you're seeing?
Yo, Huda. Yeah, sorry for turning in late. I was watching your stream on Abstract for a while. I'm also streaming right now. Just big shout out to you, man. And I'm trying to get Geist on a Spaces. So if you guys and if we could have some live stream soon, that would be dope, man. Big shout out to you.
No, back at you, dude. And yes, like 1000% want that to happen. And like whenever, whatever. Maybe regularly too. You guys are fucking awesome. So yeah, we need to chat. And Geist and I are in DM, so we'll get that figured out ASAP. Oh, like today would be cool.
I have some insights on Abstract XP, but maybe we can touch base on that tomorrow.
Yeah, either way, dude. I mean, we can do that now or tomorrow, whenever's cool.
Yeah, okay. I mean, the quick one. I know you want to wrap it up. The quick one is definitely last week on-chain heroes. Obviously, if you were buying, selling, training your on-chain heroes, that was huge. What I'm doing, I'm currently top 23 on the global leaderboard for XP. So I'm feeling really blessed. Thank you for everybody who's like also following me. I think if you're watching Huda's stream, if you're tipping him, if you're watching, I think also pressing the like button also gives some XP, and definitively also looking into new NFTs that have anything like gaming related. Like I'm aping in and out of segment adventurers. I think this will give a good boost. The badges are not that relevant anymore, I think. I mean, the Duper badge ends today. If you want to grab that, it's 150 XP, but I think it's only one time. I don't think it's like weekly. And then there are some like, you know, some things with what you kind of like a daily routine to make sure you max out your XP. It's only 2.5 weeks left, right? So we're going to see something crazy probably happening in 2.5 weeks.
Dude, did you say you're on the XP leaderboard for the week? I was just looking at that.
Yeah,
Damn.
23.
Jesus Christ, dude. GG's. How much XP did you get?
Last week I got 17K, and in total I have almost 40K.
Holy fuck, dude. Nice job. Holy shit.
Bro, I'm very competitive, you know, like people like you also got me back into like getting motivated and do like streaming. I did this during COVID, but I'm really bullish. Like the statement that Luca did, like he's going to make the top streamers on Abstract millionaires,
Exactly.
not like overnight. This is making me so bullish, and it's fun, man. You know, Spaces is fun, but the visual aspect on top is so much more fun for me personally. So yeah, thank you, man. Thank you.
Well,
Appreciate you.
I'm with you. Thank you likewise, dude, and welcome back to streaming. You're fucking great. Cool. Okay, I think we will wrap there, but I appreciate all you guys, Smokey, Meta, 999, Cairo, all you guys who came up to chat. Love doing that. I want to do the spaces more regularly, and whether that's separate from the morning stream or it's just part of it and here and there. I just want to get that going more officially because I love hearing from you guys. You all have fantastic fucking takes. So we'll figure that out. Hope your day's excellent, guys. Really. Hope it's a killer Sunday. Hope we got a killer week ahead of us here, and it's looking like it might be exactly that. So we'll keep our eyes on this. And I will see you tomorrow morning over on the Slam X official channel. Follow me at Huda_idiot on X, and then Inside NFTs over on YouTube. Have a great fucking day, guys. We'll see you.
Thanks, Huda.
Peace, Smokey.